I think I'm streaming now. Hello, people of the future.
Hi. Hi, future people.
Okay. So yeah, in my normal fashion, I'm finishing setting up.
Did we copy the code over?
We did.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I'm not seeing it yet.
Yeah, it's Ron Sheps.
All right.
Ron Sheps, Blackcraft 27. What doing? We are about to go live and make some monsters and do some monster stuff. Hashtag monster stuff.
There we go. All right, share into the Stilt Beast Studios.
That is what we're going to do. So, there you go. Hello, Paul Bennett.
Rob O'Brien.
Having a very flowy hair today.
You are.
Because I put no product in it. So, yeah. Tonight's shop work is sponsored by Pantene.
Too.
Thank you, Paul. I like my hair too.
Flowy hair.
Flowy hair day for everybody.
Okay.
Groups.
And we have sounds, right? Kat, you are quite welcome. I thought that a live broadcast tonight would be a good idea, just for funsies. You know, we didn't have anything else to do or obsess over, so we thought that it'd be a good idea for us to go live.
All right.
Yeah.
We are tagged. Blackcraft 27 says both y'all's hair looks great. Sandra Nylander says why hello everybody. Angie Rogers says howdy. Sarah R says hi. Lanka Thor says hello. Hi Rue.
Hello, everybody. I hope things are good for you.
Ed Static says hello. Ellis Fire says hello. Lanka Thor says thank you for going live. Paul Bennett says Alan, you need to color your hair from airbrush and match colors from Stacy's hair color.
No. I think I would push into what was the Tiger King guy's name?
Joe Exotic.
I would push towards like Joe Exotic territory if I dyed my hair like that. Yeah, do the flip again. There you go. Yeah. But I used to have really long hair and I had to do that a lot.
Harley Wideglide says howdy. Mike Cherzanowski says thanks. Icy Monster says so glad you're on. Icy Monster is one of our most recent Patreon supporters. Thank you.
Hey, thanks.
Thomas K says hello. Living on the Bluff says hello. You saw Jennifer Hughes do the hair flip again.
Pew pew pew.
Carol Borden says hello.
Hello, Carol Borden.
He did a hair flip.
So, question for Carol Borden. Are you related in any way to any, like, of the famous Bordens? I'm just asking. Yeah.
Of the dairy variety or of the hack and slash variety?
I wasn't going to say it, but the murdery ones.
The murdery ones.
Yeah.
Captain Margaret says, whoa, new mic, better sound.
I'm just really close to it right now. This is, unless you haven't heard in a while. Normally the mic is all the way over here and I'm 10 feet away.
I was going to say,
right now I am
up into the yellow.
Oh, right now I'm 3 feet away.
Chad Smith says, good evening all. Jen Foss says, beautiful.
Middle of the yellow is fine.
Okay. Angie Rogers says, I got a wig like Stacy's hair. Nice.
Yeah.
Edson Juice says, hi kids.
And you know what? I've learned something because I saw this happen. And I will recant this story.
Recant the story?
I will recant.
Recount.
Recant.
Recant says you're taking it back.
Recant would be taking it back.
Well, then I might take it back when I'm done. I will recount this story to you now.
See, Rue knows things.
So someone had lovely new dyed hair, and they came in all happy, and someone said that exact same thing, but they added a sentence. They said, I bought a wig recently just like that at the dollar store. And because then you're implying that that person has dollar store hair, which isn't good at all. Yeah.
That's dirty.
Crips
And
says
they didn't mean
greetings.
it.
Tina Kusiak says hooray. Hi Alan, Stacy. Rob O'Brien says hot mic.
Oh, am I too close?
Yeah, it was getting pretty hot.
Oh, well, if it's, yeah.
Brandon D says howdy y'all. Chad Smith says
hello?
famous or infamous.
Did I just turn the mic off?
No, looks like you're still getting sound.
Okay. Great.
Maybe. Mic auxiliary is not what we're looking at. Everything else is. Philly G says good evening. Carol Borden says yes. Hack and slash.
Nice.
Blackcraft 27 says hi Rue.
I'm going to field dress him in a minute.
Oh god.
This goes into the other room.
Did you catch that she is in fact related to the hack and slash?
Yeah, that's awesome. Hooray.
Mass Slasher says evening sir. Ken Zuri says well hello. Ron Shep says, hey, Rue. Tina Kusiak says, hi, Rue.
Hey, hi.
Christy
Hi,
McKay says, hello, all. Joanne Crowley says, good evening.
Hi, Joanne Crowley.
Angie Rogers says, not from the dollar store, from Amazon. Well, thank you.
They're expensive, too.
That's right. Lace front and everything. Jennifer Pugh says, OMFG. Love for Tink says, hello, all. Paul Bennett says, hi, Rue. Jamie
Paul.
Black Red 27 says, getting
Hi,
sound
Paul.
here. Good. Rachel Little says, that's amazing. Scott Colehart, glad you're joining us tonight. Hey, Scott, tonight we are going to be on high alert. For real, no politics tonight. And we're not handing out warnings tonight. Tonight we're going to be meeting people pretty much immediately. No politics, no current events. For real.
For really real.
For really real. Ron Shep says, that's awesome. Heads and juices. I got the power.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Well, we will silence, and then we will. Yeah. Rue,
Yes.
you'll be happy to know that we're not going to pour this up for a while,
Oh, good.
and this could go outside.
Alrighty.
Cat Swift says, oh yes, we all needed this tonight, a dancing gator. Stanley S says hello. Christine Salvati says, oh hey.
Hey.
I'm going to do a Cajun cooking channel where I show you how to field dress this gator.
What was his thing? The Cajun cooking guy,
I should put on my brace.
I guarantee.
Like hooey.
I guarantee.
Jeff Bull says good evening to all. Joanne Crowley says, hi Alan.
Hello.
Realms, what will be your nightmare, says hi.
What's up, Realms?
Kim B. Ibrat Kennedy says, hey kids. Jennifer Pugh says, hello, no warrants. Blackrock 27 says, Mrs. Doubtfire, hello. Mike Cook says, I agree. Scott Colart says, amen. Rachel Little says, Alan, any chance we could get a Godzilla horn? My 14-year-old still hasn't heard it, and he's been rocking e-learning, and I'd love to reward him with something cool.
I think that my van is too far away right now. You know what? Friday. Will your child be around on Friday, Rachel? Because I can hit a Godzilla horn very early, if you would like.
Jennifer Pugh asked, does the gator shake its tail?
We're gonna find out. Because I'm about to field strip said gator.
Love for Tink says, just monster stuff. Christine Salvati says, art is more fun than politics. Rylan Chow says, what mold is the one on the table? The one that I guess...
Okay, so that was a werewolf leg. That was a werewolf leg that covers a jumping stilt.
Oh, yeah,
That is my oldest long-standing order because he was supposed to come to Monster Camp and then he wasn't able to come to Monster Camp. And we're gonna... I think he's holding out for the next Monster Camp, but I'm not sure. So, there we are.
Edson Juice says, silence! I kill you!
I kill you. All right.
D says, Alan, you ever heard of the Printer of Doom?
Have I ever heard of the Printer of Doom? I don't think that I have.
Cobweb says, zombie in the oven, BRB. Jennifer Pugh's Justin Wilson, the Cajun chef. Yes.
Yes.
Love
Yep.
that guy.
Justin Wilson.
Third Degree Terrace says, we're keeping monsters fun. Brandon D says, alternately the hard drives of Doom.
I haven't heard of that. No. I
Rachel
don't-
Little says, I'll make sure he is. The person will be here on Friday.
Okay. Yeah. And remind me early, just like you did now. And I will, if I have to move the van, I'll move the van. It's kind of wet and yucky outside right now, or else I would do it for you now.
Ken Zarish says, Vanzilla.
I'm keeping these sunglasses because I have some little monsters to make, and these are good sizes for. You know what? These are almost good little character glasses.
Oh, nice. Brandon D says, were those Chef Paul
That's
Prudhomme
just weird.
impressions? Probably.
No, it was
he
the Justin Wilson.
Yeah. Carol Borden says, Stacey, I love your hair. Thank you.
Don't think that I'm racist, but in a way, all Cajuns kind of sound alike. So
Gray
I
Hawkins
get
says
you're
hi.
confusing.
Hi, Gray.
Gray, you are here. Are you going to be here for a while, Gray, or are you just checking in for a bit? That's what I'm wondering. Are you committed this evening, or are you just going to pop in and pop out, and
Cat says, oh no, you're really going to deconstruct him?
then browse weird anime websites or whatever it is you do in your spare time?
Queer Pass says, hooray, it's a me, Mario.
It's Mario. That's right.
Chad Smith says, oh good lord, what are you making out of the gator?
I hung it up with the other one. So this is actually going to be a phoenix for the Monster Museum because the phoenix that I have is sad, and I just want to look. I like this mech. I think that I can turn his little wiggly arms. So that's part of what is there's a skill set to seeing what something is and then figuring out what it can become. And when I'm going to put his head back the way it should be. Okay, right here. That's mostly how it should be. He looks tired. But anyway, so this is going to be arm wings, wing movements, and then he's going to rock his body like that. And what's really good about these, you're missing a great running man from Rue. Maybe he'll do that later in Dwarf Boots.
Yes.
It's really hard in dwarf boots.
So, but what's cool about these is these always have a interrupt switch where you can start and stop it. So, yeah, that's kind of nice.
Mass Slasher says, found a place called Time Warp Toys about 30 minutes away. I found an original in-box Matchbox Talking Freddy Krueger doll from 1989. Box is in decent shape, pretty cool, rare score.
That is a rare score, yeah.
Ryland Chow says, what latex do you use?
So casting latex. I'm not one of those guys, but latex is latex. There's casting latex, there's balloon rubber latex, there's surgical latex. As long as you're using casting latex, you're probably going to be all right. Don't obsess. Don't use liquid latex. Liquid latex is specifically formulated for makeup use, and it's very thin and watery. You will not get a good dwell on it.
Riot Demon says, hello everyone.
Hello. It's a riot demon. I'll throw back a bottle of beer. It's a riot demon. Run a comb through your coal black hair.
Gray Hawkins says, a while. She's going to be here, no homework yet because new semester.
Hooray, that's awesome. I love school without homework.
Your Crazy House says, thank you for existing and being here now.
You know what? Thank you for hanging out with us. I don't know what's going to happen tonight. I have some projects to do. Rue is going to mold a mask or two for me. What are you on now? Have you
Trimming.
You're still trimming? Okay.
Joanne Crowley says, I used to watch him cook all the time. Couldn't remember his name.
Yeah, Justin Wilson.
Edson Juice says, only 16 likes. Come on, y'all, smash that like
Well,
button.
I don't know
Post
how
smash
many
Loki.
people. There might only be 16 people watching.
There are 70 people, or there are 69 people watching right now.
Wow, that's
Wow, that was quick.
yeah. Maybe
Ron
that's
Shep
all right.
says 100 likes and Rue does the running man on camera.
Not 100. 100's too low. Like it's 200. Like Rue has standards. They're low, but he has standards.
Love for Tink says, oh my, it was an alien inside.
You know what? These things look so. They put in as little plastic as they possibly can to get the device to work, and that is why you're going to break this down into basic shapes.
Kathy Coleman says, for some reason that is not what I expected it to look like inside.
Yeah, people expect it to look like kind of like the shape of an alligator or something, but no, that's not what you need. The fluff does a lot, and I break these guys down. I used to do this all the time. I had a company at one point that I was the designer for that was called House of Boo, and we had a shelf with little dolls on it, and every 6 seconds, there was like 12 or 16 dolls on this shelf set. Every 16 seconds, one doll would move its head. And they were all servos, and there was, of the 16, 9 of them had servos in them, one, and then 6 seconds later this one. So it's a very subtle thing. But then when it got to the end of it, they would all reset and they would all go back to center. Everybody in the room noticed that. But it was a nice piece. And we also had a teddy bear shelf where they kind of went nuts and kind of went possessed. And that was a bunch of these guys that we wired up all together, in order to be tripped with just like a normal haunt prop.
Lion Creek Thor says 29 likes now. Matt Slasher says, I do have a quick question about the rabbit ears. If I do EVA, how would I have one of the ears bent/drooping? The customer is wanting a drooping ear.
You hit it with a heat gun, you bend it over. You can shape EVA with a heat gun. It's actually very easy to do that.
BlackRock27 says, it kind of reminds me of Bender from Futurama.
Yeah, I can see that.
Scott Collard says, to help support these shows, join the Stiltbeat Studios Patreon. Thank you for sharing that link for us, Scott.
You could do that if you wanted to, but I don't want anybody to feel forced.
Joanne Crowley says, picture looks clearer and sharper.
Sweet. Yeah, I found a filter that I'm using now on OBS. That's in my regular settings. Okay.
Excuse me.
When I worked at Tandy Leather, there was a soccer mom came in. I don't know if her children actually played soccer, but she fit in the soccer mom category. And she said that she was trying to find an alternative for her kid's birthday party. They were like 6. It was a 6-year-old boy birthday party. Do you have any leather crafts? I convinced her to do, instead of a Build-A-Bear workshop, a Skin-A-Bear workshop, where they were making bearskin rugs out of teddy bears.
That's hilarious.
And they put together like leather tomahawks and stuff that we had at the store. So
Masato K says, love you guys. You're a lantern, Alan.
I get by. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I thought it was a good day for us to be out here hanging out with you guys.
Do you need a top off?
Yeah. I knew that today was going to be a rough day for some, so let's do what we can and everybody hang out and be positive and all that. Yeah. So, yeah, and this guy, like, they have a nice system where the bottom of the foot is held on with zip ties. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, so this is what these look like.
Masato says, I live Tandy. Shop there for all my leather goods.
I worked there for 2.5 years. I wanted to learn leather work for costuming, so.
Jennifer Pugh says, Skin-A-Bear? Wow, I bet the kids never forgot that.
And you know what? This little button is movable. That's awesome because I can extend it. And here's the button in the foot. This is where I get flagged for copyright infringement. And then I will kill the speaker just by stabbing in through it, like through the chest. This is where I could hurt myself.
Cobweb says, ding, zombie's done. Susie Gardner says, howdy. Hi, Mom.
Hi!
Right.
Okay, I murderized it.
Hi, Mom.
And now, since I stabbed the cone of the speaker, it's no longer vibrating and making that song noise. So.
Your Crazy House says, I used to work at Radio Shack and they trying to tell us the history of the company, which somehow grew out of Tandy Leather.
Yes.
Well, and they
Yes.
were located in the Tandy Center for a while as well. Sean
Stacy
Davies.
and Rue both.
Yeah, we both did work at Radio. I also
Radio
worked
Shack
at
also.
Radio Shack in the Store One when they did that whole big revamp of the corporate campus. Sean Davies says, have you ever worked with foam clay? Do you have a recommended brand?
I have. No, so far they've kind of been all the same. Boy, I'm not great on brand recommendations right now. It's like, latex is all the same. It's all the same.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty much has been all the same for me, though.
Gray Hawkins says, Evelyn says hi. That's the oldest kid.
Hello,
The older
Evelyn. You're the oldest kid.
kid. Justice is technically the oldest kid.
6 packs a day.
Angie Rogers says, bartender Stacy, that one's rescue.
Yeah.
John C says, yay, it's Alan. Your Crazy House says, kill the speaker by stabbing it. Ah, the professional method.
Yeah.
The preferred method.
Rob O'Brien says, what, no screechy phoenix sounds?
No. If I do those, it'll have to be, well, yes, but they're going to be done on a Puppet Master system or a Minion system, which I get from VFX.
Rob O'Brien says, well, I guess not. Third Degree Terror says, he no gots the power anymore.
No, he no longer has the power.
Enigma says, hey all.
Hi, Enigma. And now I've separated from the foot so that I can use it elsewhere because these feet will not work for a phoenix. These are not phoenix feet. These are like Mickey Mouse feet.
Brandon D says, not to get political, but that robot's little dance is kind of alluring. Brandon, you nearly got a rude voice band there, Jeff.
That's not political. That's
Don't tease the
that's
moms.
creepy. That's creepy is what that is.
Cobweb says, 5 more minutes. I hate toaster ovens. He's making monster magnets.
Yeah.
Your Crazy House says, woot, fellow Radio Shack former employees. Great education, good benefits, ended with a terrible business plan. True facts.
The same can be true for Tandy Leather.
Also true, yeah.
Yeah.
Riot Demon says, what are the Puppet Master / Minion systems?
Okay, so VFX Creates is the company name, and I happen to have one over here.
Love for Tink says those are M&M feet.
M&M feet.
They
Yes,
are
very
M&M
much
feet.
so.
Angie Rogers says, my cat's going crazy.
Well, scold him. Or
Send
just
him to him
allow
with-
him to be a cat.
Less cat.
So the Minion system, it is basic. It's a speaker, like it's this size speaker, and it's got a remote with it. If you look, you can see all those little tiny buttons on that remote. Tiny bubble buttons. But the word I was using was too close to the word that I was supposed to use, and I mixed my words.
Oh.
Tiny buttons in the bag.
Brandon D says, I mean, you could just put a whole chicken on that and you're good to go for horror.
And yeah, so I can program the sounds into it. So that is what this is going to be for. These are also great for actors. There's a little wireless mic in here. Well, it's a little mic in here. It's wireless in that it's not a handheld mic. It's a hands-free mic, not wireless.
There you go.
Those are different things. And this is a harness to hold this on your chest, which is nice. And this is a charger. This hooks it up to your computer so that you can change the sounds and the info. These are about $250, $300. These will actually be on my website soon because I'm a reseller for them, because I'm going to start adding these as an option for all my stilt costumes. If you were around a while back when I made a custom werewolf, it had a custom sound in it and all that. So
Blackcraft27 says, what's that lumber for behind you, Alan? Secret project?
Yes, a secret project.
Thank you, Scott Colhart, for sharing the Minion FX system link. Gray Hawkins says, am I remembering wrong, or did you, Stacy, work for Radio Shack? Yes, I did. for some time.
You're not remembering wrong, but you're also not listening because we've talked about this.
We just said that.
So if you look inside of his feet, there are things. And I don't necessarily want those things in his feet to be in his feet, because I want to set this up as a phoenix, which these stalks are actually fine. They're a good size. They're a good distance apart. But I have to unscrew his feet, and I'm pretty sure that this is a circuit board, and these are the batteries. And I'm thinking that because of the colors. Colors of the wires. Although, don't get me wrong here. What I have learned is that Asians who work in these factories, because that's where most of these guys come from, do not care about the color. I have opened up 3 of the same ones, and this one is yellow and blue, this one orange and white, and same wires, same things, but I think that that's what that is.
Cat Swift says, thinking the same thing. Lumber and back must mean a new project. However, Candlestick says, exclamation point. Third Grade Terror says, I used the Minion in a costume this past Halloween, attaching the remote to a staff. The buttons are a bit small, so I programmed half the buttons to one sound and half to another. Worked great.
Yes.
Just saw your shirt. That's awesome.
Are you testing, Stan?
We are testing.
Those are happy sounds that I'm hearing from in there.
Cobweb
It's actually a lot more
says,
quiet.
did everyone see the Distortions Dragon Head from Machines? The smoke machine
Thing's cool.
dragon head? It's cool.
I did not.
It looks very much like a Monster Museum exhibit. It's on a plaque.
Nice.
It's the dragon head and it belches not foam.
Well, that might be a future purchase.
Heck yeah. Fog.
There's like a mounted fog machine behind it.
Yeah. Ryan Deem says, oh cool, I had a crappy Bluetooth speaker hanging on my costume once so I controlled my phone for sounds. Buttons would be much easier.
It's really a nice unit. And there's a cheaper unit they have called the Puppet Master unit, if you don't mind it being wired, and that actually goes to much bigger buttons. So yeah, these are very small buttons, but much bigger buttons on the other one.
John C. says, the dancing Christmas figures at my Home Depot never went on sale. They were full price to the end.
Yeah.
Dirt Crazy House says, could you turn the feet into a solid base with the bird feet on top?
Well, I have to take these off because these legs are too short, and I don't want him sitting on a lump. So I'm going to build this Phoenix into a bracer so that, and this button will run down, and this button will be in the tip of the thumb, like facing that way, so I can hit it and make him move just a little bit to interact with people. So, yeah.
Christopher Lazote says, good evening. Blackcraft27 says, hi Stan.
Hello.
The Haunt Dermot say hello.
Hello, Haunt Dermots.
Cat Swift says, so almost the full crew tonight. Great. Will we get to see wife tonight?
She will probably make an appearance.
Cobweb says, yep, that's a total Monster Museum.
Yeah.
Lisa Arendt says, good evening, everyone. Scott Coiner says, hello, everyone. Realms says, what we build is... What we're building, maybe?
So here's how it goes. My plan tonight was to foam a bunch of stuff and do a bunch of that kind of stuff. It's too wet outside. My foam wouldn't rise. So I have other projects in mind that I'm working on, I'm kind of piddling with. And then as soon as it dries up enough, I will be able to foam my little heart out. So
Crazy House says, well, okay, well, your idea is way cooler.
you might see me make a mold. You might see me, you might see me make a mold. You might see me tonight paint something. We'll see.
Fieldwalker Mass says, hello from Scotland.
So when someone says what doing, I will say lots of stuff.
Jennifer Pugh says, more importantly, will we get to see Jones?
Hello, Scotland. I'm willing to bet Jones will make an appearance later on.
Mask Slasher says, have you ever made a rabbit mask? Shaped more like a real rabbit, or was it more Easter Bunny style with a more human, flatter face? I'm debating if I want the eyes on its side or front face.
So if you go on the Stiltby Studios website, I have a bunny mask called Lepus Maximus. And that is my scary rabbit mask. It looks like an Easter bunny, and that is one that's my rabbit mask that I sell.
Riot Demon says, oh my god, I need to do that for the next Ren Fair. They sell dragon puppets, but it's so expensive. I need to find one of those electronic thingies now.
These are all over the place. I mean,
It's about to be Valentine's Day.
well, yeah, and I think this was a Valentine's Day one. I mean, this was an alligator who was working out, so I don't know what holiday that falls under anymore.
He's just.
Cobweb says, damn, 5 more minutes.
Cobwebs, baking off the Sculpey, huh?
Chad Smith says, should be working on a Beastman costume.
I should, shouldn't I? But I'm not.
Rob O'Brien says, still Beast freestyle. Edson Juice says, Alan, I know you've been to Colorado, but have you had the chance to check out Bishop's Castle? It's been all handmade by Jim Bishop.
Yes, and that dude is crazy. Yes, I have been to Bishop's Castle, and as a haunted house owner, the whole time that I'm there, I'm like, oh my God, how is this place open? Because you could just die. There was parts that he was still working on and stuff, and they're 75 feet up in the air, and there's no railing or anything. He just has a piece of yellow caution tape tied across that opening. Yes, I've been to Bishop's Castle. It was remarkable, and the whole property is covered in big. That's where I kind of formed a crazy writing theory that I have, is that when you get to be crazy, you start to write in a certain way. At least this particular brand of crazy, which is the funnest kind, I think. But he had these plywood signs that he painted white, and then painted these block letters all over it, and he was angry about the water department, and it was just random anger at government officials and stuff that he was venting on these big plywood signs all over the castle. It was a great time. But yeah, it was beautiful, it was amazing, it was very inspiring, Bishop's Castle in Colorado. I did also watch a bus full of stoner hippies get pulled over on the way there.
Baba Das says, what doing?
I'm field stripping one of these guys. You know, a little alligator toy.
Gray Hawkins says, what was one of your proudest creations you've done? If that was too vague, this year.
So I have a hard time with that question because my answer is always the next one. Like, what's the next thing that I'm working on? Because shouldn't I be the proudest of that? How sad would my life be if I said, oh, I made this mask in 1997. That was my biggest, proudest achievement. You know? So I try to make everything my proudest achievement at the time. I'm real happy with the werewolves I painted and haired the other night. I didn't even get to sculpt them, but I think that they look great. Rue did an awesome job working on his. I got to work on one, and that was a lot of fun.
Misty Jazierski says, howdy y'all. Hub's got me an Amazon Fire Stick for Christmas. Now I can watch you on the TV.
Hey, cool. That's awesome.
Cobweb says those distortion dragon heads are $325 right now. Free shipping, $325 out the door.
Sounds like they're selling.
Edson Juice says, ha ha ha, I don't trust his welds. I feel the same way.
Oh, man, yeah. And, like, if you want to walk through a castle built out of rebar and rocks, That's my highest recommendation.
Realm says, I always knew those robot things had more than one purpose. Susie Gardner says, was the van orange? The van full of hippies?
It was a school bus that they, like, half of it was painted blue. And I don't mean like the back half or the front half. It was like the left side was painted baby blue. And the other side was still regular school bus. And when there was like this long line of cars, because there was bad traffic on this like farm road in Colorado, and the bus had just gotten pulled over, and the door opened and smoke came out like it was a Cheech and Chong movie. I'm not even kidding. It was a good time.
Jasmine says, double thumbs up. Maureen Casali says, the wings.
These little wings, eventually, yes.
Jennifer Pugh says, Susie, were you in an orange hippie van? Jennifer, my dad drove a giant orange, like 40 Econoline van for many, many years. And it is so orange, like aggressively orange.
Nothing wrong with being aggressively orange.
No. It is 100% the color of that, of your, like, hoodie on the...
My aggressively orange
your
things that I wear all the
aggressively orange
time?
thing. Yeah. You can see them coming from miles away.
I need a cutter. No, yeah, this is what I need. Which I spent my whole life saying this is a pair of dikes,
Yeah.
because that's what I was taught.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Tin snips.
But I
or
try
longer
not.
ones.
I try not to say that anymore.
Christine Salvati says, I finally checked the tracking and tomorrow is present day at the Hacienda. Finally! Yay!
Man, the U.S. mail. You know, you gotta check on your buddies every now and then. They're having a hard time.
Gray Hawkins says, dang, that's a really good answer.
I mean, yeah, like the next thing that I make is my favorite. I don't know what it is yet, but it's gonna be my favorite. This Phoenix will be my favorite thing I've made.
John C. says, a gator. Shoot, Liz, shoot.
Shoot 'em, Lisbeth, shoot 'em! That's from Swamp People. I got that reference.
Big Dog Mass says, hello, Alan and Stacy. Sorry, work has been heck. Dang COVID.
Yeah.
Sarah R. says,
Hello.
Hey, wife.
Oh, rude. Great hat.
Oh, Maureen Casali says, cool little wings. Your best project this year. You were so giddy flying around.
Oh, you know what? Yes, but then I was giddy when I made the toy soldier,
Yeah.
and I was giddy. I mean, I like making stuff. And I made things that were out of my comfort zone quite a bit this year, with all the Christmas stuff that I was doing. So,
Your Crazy House said, had friends who had a school bus, but they're puppeteers, so it was for touring.
yeah. Well, unless they smoked a lot of ganja in their puppeteer bus, I don't think it was them.
They were puppeteers. It's a distinct possibility.
Are you talking about the stoner readies?
Yes, on the way to Colorado.
Love
Yes.
them so much.
Yeah, on the way to Bishop's Castle.
You guys are gonna be okay.
Cobweb says that forward orange is called grabber orange. That's delightful.
Thank you,
hello,
Shannon.
hello.
You're welcome.
I have some houndos here. Hello.
We got chicken and cheese quesadillas and pork tamales.
Thanks, wife.
Best
You're
wife
amazing.
ever.
Have some.
Nobody tell Stan.
Christopher Lizotte says, remember when vans used to have fantasy scenes painted on the side of them?
Hang on, I gotta
Yes.
tell Stan.
Wizard. Honey, you can't walk between me and the camera.
I didn't. I walked
Oh.
behind the camera.
Big Dog Mass says, love the creepy door.
Oh, the creaky door. You guys can hear
We got
everything
some
now.
chicken and cheese quesadillas and some pork tamales.
I like this
Yeah, he
setup
definitely said creepy.
from what I see in the
It's so
cam.
clean.
I feel like I'm on a talk show now. Like, this is my talk show desk.
Casper says, flashback. My mom had an orange Pinto parked in a parking structure at night and couldn't find the car. Under those lights, it turned to greenish.
Nice.
Jennifer Pugh says, dogs!
That's a good lesson on color theory.
Lion Cook Thor says, hi, Shannon. Susie says, van is still parked here in a place of honor at the ranch. Yeah, now it's storage. It doesn't run anymore. Ron Shep says, hey, wife. Rob O'Brien says, hello, Shannon. Edson Juice says, hello, wife. Big Dog Mass says, hello, Shannon.
Shannon, everyone is saying hello to you.
Hi, guys.
Jennifer Pugh says, hello, wife.
comrades.
John C. says, hey, Shannon, furry friends. Percy Eves asks, what are you making?
So I'm making a phoenix actually, which is a puppet. I'm making a phoenix puppet is what I should say. That's what I'm doing. What do it?
Mike Cherzanowski says, Alan, where do I hide the battery on the LED witch half mask?
Accordingly.
He messaged on Patreon about that as well.
So what I normally do is
Scott Colbert says it was.
I will put like a little jewelry bag up on the top of the back of the head, and when I hear it, I just go over top of that jewelry bag.
Fluffy and sweet.
It's real soft.
Ooh. Yeah. It goes with your hair.
I'm waiting because they can hear everything that you guys are saying. So
Carry on.
Sporting a jaunty chapeau.
I don't even know if the camera's seen Rue yet. He was doing the Running Man.
He looks dashing. All right.
Wearing a hat.
All right, carry on. Hiding a battery pack on a witch mask.
I don't know if camera. No,
Yeah.
no. Camera's
So
on me.
the very top of the mask, hang it in like a jewelry bag, like a little black bag like that. Put your 9-volt battery in there, and you hang it off the back, and your hair just goes over it. That's what I do. I have to break this foot so that I can get the wire out. I don't want to disconnect the wire if I can help it. You know, I'm just going to disconnect the wire because I have to lengthen. This is for the battery. I have to lengthen this anyway.
Ray Hawkins says doggies. Robert Bryan says sounds like bread and puppet theater. Your crazy house says I don't think they smoked stuff when the kids were along. Maybe after their girls went to bed. And it was called Barefoot Puppets. Ezekiel says hello all. Sorry I'm late.
Hello, Ezekiel. It's good to have you.
Third Degree of Terror says we can hear the ice cubes move in your soda now, Alan. Great microphone.
Wow. I have to make sure that I only go live when I don't have intestinal troubles. Before you could get away with it. Not anymore.
Ron Shep says Ezekiel can't be late because he's from the future.
That's right.
Ken
It's
Zarish
already
says
tomorrow.
it's Alan the Creeper Show. More saying hi to wife. Ezekiel says when I time travel I'm late. Chad Smith says I see a future project in the background. Wood.
Yeah, Woods.
Mike Chersnowski said thanks. Cat Swift said Rue popped into view to wave hello to Paul earlier.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
It's what we do.
John C says my friend drove a Ford pickup with an orange with a white stripe and a 2x4 in the back. We called it the orange creamsicle.
Nice.
My father used to drive almost exclusively orange pickups because he would buy his trucks from the Minnesota Department of Transportation.
Nice.
So they were all orange.
Baba Daza says you're making a puppet. What are you doing now? Sorry, got here late.
I'm making a Phoenix puppet. Okay, so this little guy who once sang and danced, and now he will do that no longer because I cut his wires.
Still Dan.
I will be re-engineering his body into a phoenix.
Robert Dandria says howdy do all.
How'd you do?
Larry Hughes says good evening. Angie Rogers says Pizza Hut warm-up time.
And I will build him onto like an EVA foam gauntlet that I can just slide my hand into with a welder's glove on the end that just looks like a falconry glove, but he'll be mounted on that. And the button for him will be in the thumb of the glove. What?
Puppet, fake arm.
No, you don't need a fake arm.
You just need the glove.
Yeah.
No, but if you puppet his head, then you...
But this is him. Like
Yeah,
this,
that's
I have
true.
electronics to do the work.
That's true.
I'm not a savage. Yeah, who's
Use
like,
extra moves.
Cat Swift says Alan, you can always blame Lou for the noise.
yeah.
Tutwork Studios says hello.
When in doubt, blame you for toots.
Blames me for everything else.
Only things that are your fault.
No.
Here.
Oh, I need a little bit of slack in here because when he moves and bends, that wire can't be too taut. So I need a little loop there. Okay. This has to be extended. These both have to be extended. What is
Christine
this?
Salmani.
The circuit board like I thought it was?
Asked Alan, do you have any favorite brands for safety glasses? I'll mostly be using them for Dremel, EVA foam, and resin.
Harbor Freight because they're $3 and I break them or lose them. You guys have seen how I go through glasses. So, yeah, they're like $3. I like them. Hi, wife.
Hello.
You gonna hang out with us?
As soon as I get our crew some refreshments. And you too. I'll make one for you too if you want one.
Refreshments.
Yes.
Angie Rogers says watermelon Mountain Dew.
Great.
Cat Swift says memory night. My dad had an orange small pickup and a big orange cat, bully boy, who would ride stretched out on the dash. Caused many odd looks.
There is one battery on this side and there are 2 batteries over on this side. I bet one of these went to the speaker, and I don't need that one now. So
Which one's which?
I think the single battery went to the speaker because they don't draw a lot of power. And I think these 2 batteries go to the motors.
Ezekiel says, has Rue turned into Rob?
I don't know.
Only for blame.
Rue makes different flavored accidents than Rob. But, yeah. Just different flavors.
Much milder.
That's what Rue hopes to think.
Rob is hot and spicy. Rue is mild.
Sour cream mistake, Rue. It's tangy, but you know, you can handle it.
I need to bring you guys some plates.
That is a good mic. Guys, that is the laser, not a horn.
It does. I thought it sounded.
I thought it was
like
a car horn too.
going off.
Hey,
It's a bit of a high
get
whine,
down,
yes.
you beggar. What?
Cheney, go on. All right, I have to grab a thing. Gray Hawkins, are you watching? I want to make sure she's going to abandon us because
Robert,
young people have poor attention spans.
that's true. Robert Andrea says, have you ever made a rib cage out of PVC pipe? Building a giant pumpkin head scarecrow.
I have indeed. Yes. So much heat gunning and fun. Stacy,
Yes.
you're eating on camera because I have to go get some tools.
Let me introduce you to the the pork tamale that Cheney is very interested in. We are very spoiled here. Bob Dowd says, yay, sounds awesome. Jennifer uses refreshments. Graffy UK says, hi guys, nice and clear and sharp picture. Lovely sound as well. Thank you.
Graffy.
We are upgrading all of our systems and everything here. Ah! Such a jerk.
It's really not nice.
It's good that I didn't choke to death on this tamale that I'm not eating yet. Look out. Watch out. Yeah. So it's been an adventuresome day here in the shop. I started sculpting some hands. I'm going to be doing some art doll stuff with that. Very exciting. In case anybody doesn't know, Susie Gardner in the comments is my mom. And one of her New Year's resolutions this year was to try and be able to stay on the stream longer by testing her scare threshold with the
So funny.
because she's
No.
a little bit of a fraidy cat sometimes and finds the masks and things that we create a little scary. She would have probably peed herself at the
Well-
bang on the door.
That was just so that Gray knows she's not alone and getting scared in the shop sometimes.
That's true.
And I set up the camera
Yeah,
to
set
make
up
sure that it
just
was
for that,
well
for that
set
reason.
up.
Who's a good boy? John C says if your Phoenix burns from an electrical fire, we'll be back in a couple of days.
You can do it, but it's real hard to start a fire with batteries.
Gray was here to see that.
Okay, there you
You're
go.
welcome, Gray. Third degree terror says love the flock of floofs with their noses in the air following the food.
They ain't dumb.
We're gonna hire you to sew a cover for that thing.
Okay.
So it stays pretty.
I'm in. I'm gonna make one for the microphone too.
We're gonna Stacy to sew us a cover. Real nice.
Josh Newman says hi everyone.
Hi,
Big,
Josh.
Big Dog says laser scanner.
I'm not related, Josh.
Laser cutter.
Gray Hawkins says Janie. Michael Thor says Gray is here. Gray says Stacy, your hair. Yeah, you helped. Gray helped me do this.
It's lovely.
Very nice.
Robert Andrea says, have you made a past video doing the ribcage for some nerve calming reference?
I made a bad one out of spray foam, but not one out of PVC.
John C says Cheney looks bigger.
He's a year old, so they keep getting bigger.
Mom says she's rocking it.
I heard.
Gray says, thanks for that, Alan. My friends made that gif. Your crazy house says, not if you puncture the batteries. It could explode.
I suppose.
Christy McKay says, yeah, really great mic. Omnidirectional or what type?
Right, okay. It is a Yeti Blue, and right now it is set on omnidirectional. It has options. These are such tiny wires. The amount of copper in here is about as much as a human hair. So, pretty
Right.
difficult to get them back.
Susie Gardner says they're very scary, and I did jump at the door.
Cheney, come here, bud.
Papa Daza says, Gray, let's see it. Hey, Gray, send me that GIF and I'll post it on the Creepers page.
Yeah, we want gray scaring gifts. I'm petting a dog, by the way. I don't think you guys can see. You just see this. There's a dog right here. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on, Gray. Be a good sport. She says, I'll pass.
Don't
Okay.
make us go hunt for it.
Mike Chersnowski says, I dropped my drink.
It's a good idea to control what people mock you for the rest of your life. Because if you don't let us mock you for this for the rest of your life, we're going to find something. That's how that works.
You're gonna slip up.
Far better when you just own it. Oh.
Ezekiel says, sure. John C. says, there was a fire in town near me caused by 2 9-volt batteries in a kitchen drawer. Please check yours so the terminals are covered.
So these are not 9 volts, but yes. So because they have no kind of continuity in wiring, there's a gray wire and a red wire over here, and there's a black wire and a gray wire over here. What I think runs the motors is this foot, which is the red wire and the gray wire. So I stripped the wrong set of wires.
Oops.
I need to strip these two in order to get this right.
Baba Daza says, we've had some serious earthquakes here lately. Not used to it.
As opposed to those joke earthquakes you get all the time.
That would be our earthquakes.
Yeah, we had one in Texas. We had like a 4-point something somewhere in Texas.
Yeah.
I tried very hard not to learn about what's happening in other parts of the world. But I did hear about that because my in-laws told me. I think that we are subject to too much information. I truly do.
Yeah, lurking. But these guys think we're going to drop something for them.
You know what? I treat news like I treat gossip. Is this going to affect my life? Then I don't want to hear it. I hate to say that, but, can I do anything about it? And will it affect my life? I don't want to hear it. If both those answers are no. I suppose I'm an isolationist.
Thank you, Scott Colhart, for sharing the Blue Yeti mic link.
Thanks, Scott Colhart.
Bob Bowie says it's safe to stay in your own backyard.
Yeah.
Big Doc Mass says information overload.
Unless you have copperheads. We have a lot of copperheads sometimes.
Or skunks.
Or skunks. I was once held hostage for, in retrospect, I feel like it was over an hour, by a skunk because I was in a porta potty at like 3 a.m. at Spooky World in Massachusetts because I was invited there to be an actor on like a spook squad of scaring people and promo stuff, and I stayed in a trailer on site, and they didn't have bathrooms in the trailers, so I was in this porta pot at 3 a.m. because I drink a lot of soda, and I opened the door, and I didn't open the door. There was like rattling on, like someone was trying to get in, and this is a giant haunt park, and I bet they had 45 or 50 of these porta pots. I'm like, why are they trying to get in mine? And I opened the door to say, hey, what's going on? Because it was 3 a.m, and I was not as well dressed as I should have been for that occasion. And I opened the door, and there was a skunk as big as my dog trying to get into the porta pot. And I closed the door immediately because when I opened the door, he froze. And I'm like, okay. And then so I close the door, and then I wait a while. I'm hoping he leaves. I open the door. He's still right there. Like, that's where he decided to make camp. And every time I'd open the door, he would look at the door and then start, like, spinning, like he's going to shoot me or something with his buttocks. And I didn't like that. But anyway, what was I talking about?
Who even knows? Ezekiel says, my hard drive is only so big, I can't store information that is of no significance. Lisa Arendt says, need to take on that philosophy, having trouble with anxiety lately. Susie says, I love isolationists.
Now, maybe this one isn't working because this circuit is no longer connected. So I'm going to put these two wires together like they would be making a full circuit through this battery.
Mr. Crazy House says the skunk just wanted to be part of the spook squad. John C says trapped in a porta potty by a skunk. Wow, that stinks.
Oh. Luckily, it was a fresh porta potty.
Gray says I came. I'm getting the video. Thank you, Gray.
It's amazing how low powered this seems when there's no music.
Graffy UK says I made a taser gun using a fly swatting racket a couple of years ago.
Okay, so funny story about that. I too have done a similar thing. My plan was, so we have a friend of ours named Laura who's on the feed every now and then, and she plays a character named Dolly Molly, who's a wind-up doll because she is a little person, which is completely cheating when it comes to scaring people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and she has a wind-up key on her back that spins. And I thought I would use those fly swatting tennis rackets, and I'm not good with I'm not like super. I can get by. I can do this kind of stuff. I underestimated the power of that capacitor on that, and in trying to, because that's a lot of wire in there, and one goes this way and one goes that way, and at some point I accidentally laid a screwdriver across both of them. And I did not get the fly size jolt that you normally get, that a fly would get. I got it right off the capacitor into my arm. I fell on the ground, and I was worried that I was going to pee myself as I partially lost muscle control. Smacked my head on the ground, and I tased myself trying to make Dolly Molly's key because I wanted her key when people come up and because some jerks would come up and grab it, I wanted to give them a light shock. Not stun them until they shart themselves. Luckily, I was not in a situation where that was a problem, but I legit tased myself. And then my big fear was someone's going to come in and think I died, or worse, know that I'm an idiot. So there you go.
Bob Bowie says genius.
And that was either 2010 or 2011.
Percy Eves, big long line of laugh faces.
That's,
Christy McKay.
It's true. Like I am your friend. I'm not your smart friend.
Christy McKay gives you a wow face. Sarah R gives you a laughing cat. Ross Richards says LOL. Chad Smith says makes me think of Tim Taylor from Home Improvement. He was working on the dishwasher and did something similar.
Yeah, capacitors are no joke, man. I have the power. I got the power. All right. And now, Stan will tell you about the job he hated the least when he was a teenager.
Jennifer Pugh says on the next YouTube Wednesday.
I know. Wow.
Because I want to eat another quesadilla.
Do it.
The job I hated the least that I got fired from the quickest.
Hated the least, got fired from the quickest. Huh?
I worked at a candy store in the mall.
Nice.
Oh, that's bad.
Now, you know, like right on the corner of the food
yeah.
court, they
Yeah,
had
yeah.
like the candy stores, right? And I was almost 17, and there were a lot of pretty girls, and we would take and measure out these little $1 bags, like pre-measured out $1 bag of candy. Tax and everything included, give me $1, I hand you candy. For whatever reason, I didn't have a problem like giving those out to pretty girls who came by and stopped by the candy place.
Oh, shocking.
No, not at all. And I did a really good job of putting it back in for a while. And then I'm not sure what happened. Maybe I lost my little Post-it note with all the little tick marks on it.
You were embezzling candy?
Yep.
I was
Thief
giving it
trade.
to them under the auspice that I was giving it to them, but at the end of the night, I was putting my own personal money back into the till. Until
You weren't.
Until I
you
weren't.
weren't.
Until I wasn't. And I kind of forgot about it. And maybe it was a Friday, I'm not really sure. I said, you know what? Or the Thursday, something like that. I said, I get paid tomorrow. No big deal. I'll put the money back in.
It'll average out.
It'll average out. It'll be fine. And then something happened. I didn't have to go into work the next day. So it was like another week or something before I went in, and the guy was waiting for me. And, you know, because I had given out like $10 worth of free candy.
Chad Smith liked your hoodie.
Thank you.
Oh, that is a beautiful train of things.
Cocktail hour.
I was going to quit drinking this week. I changed my mind.
Oh, was it dry January for
Yeah,
you?
it looks like I
It
picked
is
the wrong
absolutely
week to
not
quit
anymore.
drinking.
It is. Yeah, I was saying I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue. Like,
Quit eating Slim Jim.
We got cocktails.
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, it's magical.
So,
We get treated real good.
smooth
We
the
do.
feathers.
And my
Yours.
first
spoiled.
legal paying job, I was a taco bender at a Mexican restaurant.
Yours is.
Nice.
It was my job to make the tacos for every plate that had a taco on it. And to this day, I think I make some really amazing homemade taco shells.
John C., before you leave, Shannon wants to know what these are.
Goodness. They're goodness.
Magic.
That's what they
There,
are.
some fresh ginger whiskey, variation of mules.
Yeah, that's Bob always says mules.
Mules, right? But in whiskey instead, it's ginger. Has some beautiful
Sit here and
fresh
tell all
ginger in
kinds
it.
of stories.
And then Allen's is
Chocolate milk.
chocolate milk with a shot of dark rum
Aw.
because he doesn't. He's not gonna drink whiskey.
That still
Yeah,
sounds
Mom,
great.
Moscow mules ish.
But yeah, some mules for the evening. Better?
You are.
No, I'm the cook and laundry now.
Ryan Demon asks, did you end up figuring out how to electrify the key?
I did.
Yeah, you got hot Martha Stewart.
That moment made me decide that wasn't a good idea. So there you go.
Your crazy house says you have the
Really
best
too bad.
stories. I got shocked by a horse fence cranked up to max once. Fun times.
Yeah. Even better if you can just lay a screwdriver across the terminals of the horse fence without touching the wire, because you have some,
Poof!
capacitors.
Ross Richard says best was when Tim was on the lathe and it rips off his shirt.
When I worked at a sod farm, I saw someone get shocked by a lawnmower because they hit the spark plug just right.
Oh, no.
And he had a monster screwdriver. He was prying something, and he shocked himself on it. And his arm, it was reflex because he was shocked, and the screwdriver went up in the air. And we're standing around like,
It's coming down, right?
and we just ran. We just scattered to the four winds. And then you heard, ka-dunk! It went straight up in the air and hit exactly down on the mower. So the muscles were shocked in just the right way to throw it straight up. Yeah, good times.
Missy
So-
Zizerski says we were camping in a tent in a park in Colorado and I was woken up by a bear sniffing around right next to my head. Thankfully, hubby's back hurt and he was in the truck with his gun pointed at the bear.
Hooray.
Third year tears beverages.
Okay, so if the bear started chasing you, make sure that he wasn't just trying to wing you in the ankle. So that
He doesn't have to run faster than
he's
the
got to
bear.
run faster than you, not faster than the bear. I'm
Right.
down here for a reason.
Alice Fire says she'd
I
take
used to
one.
wear a lot of rings. Actually, I still, on occasion, will wear rings pretty much on every finger. And I was working on a big lifted hearse one day. And I happened to place my hand across the ground point and the positive coming to the coil of the thing.
Take a big
And I
step
lit
over. Right
myself
there.
up
Stay
all
right
the
there.
way through each finger. Because it didn't go around the rings, it went through my fingers across them. So I had burns on the insides of all my fingers from
That's winning.
getting lit up by it once. Yeah, it was bad.
Ron
That's-
Shep says I quit drinking once, worst hour of my life.
One of my about 100 different getting electrocuted stories.
And yet, here we are.
So, Rue, can you spin the camera back this way?
I could.
They don't want to see me just drink this Moscow Mule all night?
Well,
That's a shame.
not if I want to keep my YouTube license.
YouTube license.
Yeah.
Like that.
Cat Swift says we can only figure out a way to get Shannon's food. This would be a perfect evening. We've all so needed this night. Such fun stories.
And that's what I wanted, just a low-key night. We're not going to be too serious about anything. I'm electronically molesting an alligator. Let's be serious. That's what I'm doing. So enjoy that.
Look, the laser works.
Oh, God.
we got
Yeah, that's right.
alligators.
Yeah.
It's a good time to be here.
Gray
I
says,
can
I'll be
turn my
back in
brain
15.
off.
Have to run the new show dances for drill team.
I could turn my brain off and trim masks for days. Like, just,
It's nice.
Custom Corpses says, good evening, guys. What you working on tonight?
So I'm working on a phoenix. This used to be a stuffed alligator who worked out, and he had a cute little T-shirt that said, "Dad, you're a beast," is what it said.
I guess that was a
apparently.
Father's Day.
Yeah, it was a father. When was Father's Day?
June?
I didn't buy this. I don't think that long ago. Big Lots.
Leftover, unsold Father's Day.
Yeah. So, and this is going to be a phoenix that you hold in your arm, and yeah, it's going to be good, in my opinion. These are not my
Cat says,
glasses.
I'm surprised those mugs are allowed in the shop.
my
I would totally ruin them.
I had glasses because I brought them over here on purpose. Thank you.
I didn't bring the other
they're
pair.
kind of dangerous mugs because they're really hard to hold.
Yeah.
When
Dude, those are two-handers.
Like,
Those are legit two-handers.
when I was younger, okay, maybe not when I was younger. I was younger, yes. When I was managing Trail of Terror in Allen, Texas, in 2001, 2002, and 2003. I managed it those 3 years. I told everybody there that when I made enough money, I was going to hire someone, and their only job was to follow me around and watch where I put stuff. So that when I couldn't find it, they would be like, "It's right here," and then they would hand it to me. And you know what? I think that is a valuable service.
That's part of all of our jobs here at the shop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, that is a little bit of you guys' jobs. Yeah, I don't have enough to pay just one person to do it, but it can be a part of all of your duties.
It's a job, part of the job description.
Horror Beauty says, you know, Hot Monster in Action is a questionable title for many reasons. Hello, Creepers, Alan and Co. Hope you're all doing well.
I don't know what you're talking about.
we definitely didn't have a full-blown conversation about that before
Yeah.
starting this
Right?
live tonight.
It's cold out. I thought that you guys would like for it to be warm, so I did hot in the title. And there is monster. I didn't want you to be bored, so there's action. So there you go. You now have some hot monster action.
Dear Crazy House says, I didn't actually touch the wire. My friend touched the wire while touching me, and he felt nothing at all. Well, I felt what I can only describe as a silent thud.
Yes, it's where where it ends, not necessarily where it starts.
We had that at there was some sort of short in our refrigerator at a house I used to live in. So we would line people up around, and if you had one foot on the heating vent on the floor and touch the fridge, it would shock the crap out of you. But if you had several people lined up touching each other, it would only shock the crap out of the last person. So then it became a joke between our several roommates to see if we could, while someone
Engineer
was,
it?
Yeah, engineer while someone was getting into the fridge to touch the vent and touch them at the same time. It's fun stuff.
It takes a lot of thinking and planning.
Lisa Arendt says, have you started the Jersey Devil?
Yes, I have started it, but I cannot go any further because I have to foam fill it, and it is far too wet for that to work today. I would have to use 5 times the amount of foam, so that is why I'm not Jersey Deviling. I should be Jersey Deviling tonight, but I need to get it foamed before. Remember when I did the moth, I had one whole day where all I did was make that foam bust? Well, that was going to be tonight.
Custom Corpse says, laugh my ass off. Classic Alan Hobbs. Horror Beauty says, questionable title, and I come in at Alan molesting an alligator.
Yeah, it's what I do.
Angie Rogers says, I have some of the Rocks tequila. Oh, I didn't know he made tequila.
He pays people to make tequila.
Custom Corpse says, molestation gator bait. That's the name of this show. Thank you, Scott Colhart, for the link for the Thirsty Stone pumpkin tumblers that we're drinking out of tonight.
Wow,
Wow.
that guy's
He's got
on it.
mad
You are
skills.
so good.
Props to Scott Colhart.
Thanks, Scott Colhart.
Mom coming in a beat behind us there. I thought that was one of the shop monkeys' duties. Yes, absolutely it is.
It is.
Chad Smith says the title of that video would mean something totally different on Still Beast After Dark.
Which is why we don't have Still Beast After
I
Dark,
was
Chad.
gonna say, like, someone suggested that should be a group that we have, and I was like, nah.
Says the guy currently making something with tentacles.
Thank Thank you, Sky Kohler, for also sharing our Teespring store for Still Be Studio merch. Line Cook Thor says, on the farm I got the nickname Buzz because I would find the hot wire the hard way.
Okay, I've just lengthened. Every little thing that I do is a huge success, by the way. I have just lengthened the wire here to the battery pack. So now this is separate. And I want to keep this on battery because I'm going to carry this around on my arm, you know. Yeah.
Oh, so the Phoenix is coming out of the cage.
Well, you see, what happens is
What happened was.
I'm going to actually I'll probably make another one for the cage.
Yeah.
Because what I used to do was I would just take it was strapped to a gauntlet, and then I would strap that onto a board inside, so I would use the same one. But this is really good for walk-arounds and for doing parade and that kind of stuff. And I'll probably do another one for the cage.
That's
because
awesome.
I want it to move on its own independently and all that. And I'll do that as a YouTube Wednesday with reindeer motors, most likely.
Almatra Art says, hello, everyone. Chad says,
Almatra Art.
ba, ba, ba.
Hi. Good to have you, sir.
Chad Smith says, hey, just because I'm compensating doesn't mean you can rat me out to everyone.
Remember that time I had pliers? Those were good times.
Do you need a pair?
Yeah, perfect. Because I have I have these,
Yeah.
which are helpful, but I require more control. This plastic looks like if I bend it, it'll probably break.
Yeah.
That's what, this plastic is known for its brittleness. But because of who I am as a person,
Well, we have a heat gun.
I'm going to just try it and see if it doesn't. We don't want it to break. Yeah, I'm getting those white stretchy marks.
Oh, yeah, that's the break stuff.
Oh, cringe. Captain Reese. Oh, wait. Custom Corpse says, hey, Alan, I'm thinking of going on the keto diet. Is there pills I take on their diet, and are they a stimulant?
No, you don't do any of that. Don't eat sugar and don't eat carbs. That's what I do.
It's like everything
Eat
that makes
so
life
much
good.
cheese.
It works. You don't have to eat a ton of cheese.
You can.
You can eat a lot of cheese, but I have gone down the I've eaten too much cheese road, and that will turn you into the challenger because you will blow an O-ring.
Oh.
Don't have to say any more than that.
You have to be a certain age to get that one.
Ken Zarish says, speaking of the Jersey Devil, where I live just about 2 minutes from the location of the Jersey Devil's location, the house of.
Oh, the Leeds house?
Yeah.
Leeds house. In the Pine Barrens.
Cat Swift says, I will try most everything and play around with most things, but I do not mess with anything electrical. I'm okay with asking others to do that for me.
See, start by messing with something like this, which is batteries. This is 2 AA batteries. Each one of those is 1.5 volt. That means this is a 3 volt project that I'm working on. So I feel pretty confident that I could mess with this and not hurt myself.
Horror Beauty says, I'm with you, Stacy. All the things that make life good. The carbs, anyway.
Now, I've been confident and wrong before. So just be aware of that also.
Many times.
I was asking you for help, Rue.
Custom Corpse says, sad thing is I'm beyond that age.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. One of the great things about it is you really need very little.
Cat Swift says the guy who tased himself.
Well,
He
that
tased himself on purpose.
that took 6 AA batteries, so that was way more dangerous.
Ron Shep says it's the amps that kill you, not the voltage.
And I don't think that this has a capacitor.
Capacitor's the big thing.
Yeah, the capacitor is what amplifies voltage, or amps. Amplipage.
Custom Corpse says Lamau.
Are those the only eyes we have in the eyeball drawer?
Which ones?
One's an eyeball
No,
drawer.
did you go in that eyeball drawer over there?
Oh, the other eyeball drawer.
Yeah, that's the finished eye drawer. You don't want eyeballs, you want finished eyes. And there should be a case. What's under that black bit? Is that black fabric?
It is eye
Yeah,
screen.
see, in that case, there should be more eyes.
Rather a lot of eyes.
Wait, are those blank eyes?
These are blank.
Then you have to go to the next eyeball drawer.
Which is
There's a bunch of these in there too.
Yeah, those are good. I have 3 eyeball tours.
Custom Corpse says this stream is making my night.
Hooray.
Chad Smith says, have any builds coming up on Patreon? Yes.
Yeah, and I think that this is the week that we do our Patreon only live.
Yeah.
Is that tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday.
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Yes, there'll be a Patreon only live tomorrow. But I'm normally not live on this channel, so it's not like you guys are missing anything. I'm just working more. This is eyes also.
The creepy doll eyes drawer. And there's a creepy doll that always follows you.
It has a broken eye.
It's always open.
Yeah, those are good eyes you got in your hand though, Stan.
Yeah, I like these.
Tell them your eye choice, Stan.
Chad
These
Smith
are my
says, so
eye
pumped. Can't
choices
wait.
to try out for. Gonna finish up a. What do we call them?
Terrapin.
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 Yeah.
Which is a great name.
It is a great name for a terrapin mask that is a gift from me to my buddy, which is a really late Christmas gift, who lives in Las Vegas.
Viva Las
Las
Vegas.
Vegas.
Viva Las
Bright
Vegas.
light city, gonna set my soul. Blackcraft 27 says those look like raptor
Trim leaf.
eyeballs.
Relax it. Cut it.
Cut it. Gonna have a big old hole.
Rue's gonna patch it. Masking tape inside, and then latex over top.
Rachel Little says sweet. Scott Colehart says electric fly and insect water racket uses AA battery also.
Yeah, but a lot of not 2. It uses more than 2. Like 6. That's why the handle's so long. And because it's emulating a racket.
Mine actually takes D batteries.
Yeah,
so-
D batteries, which are also 1.5 though.
But voltage don't matter.
I don't know if that was a typo. Okay, Rachel Little. Come back with me with that one. Tina Kusiak says, anyone know how we can get the Patreon live on Out TV? Our TV? It will be on YouTube also. It'll just be a restricted.
Yeah, it'll be on YouTube, and it'll be link access only, and then I will take the link and I will post the link on the YouTube link in Patreon.
Rachel Little says, I don't pay enough attention to the Patreon.
You know what? You don't have to, and I just appreciate people supporting.
We're gonna be doing some fun stuff though. We've wrapped our first month already, and we're gonna start sending out some of our rewards and doing some more fun stuff. I'm excited. Mike Cherzanowski says, do we know what time tomorrow?
I normally do them at 7 p.m. my time, but I could be convinced to go earlier if that is more convenient for folks. My time right now is 8:33.
I can put a poll up in the Patreon, see if there's
You are so efficient. Do it.
interest in that. I'm on it.
Do it up.
Custom Corpses says, oh, why masking tape, Alan? Can I use duct tape? I'm trying to repair an old Myers mask, and I'm filling in the old cutouts to recut them the right way.
You can use duct tape. Masking tape is kind of the color of blank latex, so sometimes you can just put the masking tape on there, and then it's done.
Set it
Just
and
set it and forget it. Exactly. So I normally use masking tape because it's the same color as a latex blank. It takes very little, but if you use like black duct tape or something, then you're going to have a little bit more work to do. And I don't know about the adhesive in different types. There's so many different types of duct tape now. People say duct tape and they mean 20 different things. I would not put Gorilla Tape on a latex mask because I think the solvents in it would weaken the latex over time. Oh. This is just a start button. There is no side. What a button like this does, it's an interrupt. It is interrupting one line of power so that when you hit the button, the wires touch together. So it's only one side of the power, so I don't have to figure out which side is which. I can just wire this up willy-nilly.
Willy-nilly, eh?
Yeah. If my last name were Nilly, and I had a kid, I would completely name him Willie. Even if it was a girl, like Wilhelmina or something.
Riot Demon says regular time is good.
Yeah.
Big Dog Mass is off to bed. Night Creepers, Alan, Stacy, Rue, and Stan.
Good night, Big Dog.
Chad Smith says, can we ask what the build will be?
We're going to find out together. I'm going to figure it out before I go live. You can ask, but since I don't know yet, I can't help you. But I will do something that I don't do all the time live here. I might possibly be working on a Phoenix.
Hey. Alright. Lycook Thor says, I'm hoping to do Patreon when I'm back to work.
No problem, sir.
Cat Swift says, please not earlier. I work Thursday, so I'm already going to miss a bit. And of course, it's all about me. LOL. Big Dog Bass says, thumbs up, please. Chad Smith says, wow, 92 watching. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we're slowly creeping up. We hit 500 subscribers on this channel. As of today, we hit 500 subscribers, which is good. When I get to 1,000 subscribers, then it affords me a lot of other positives. Yeah.
So recommend it to your friends.
And you know what? One of my, we were talking about Patreon, and this is in my head. One of the things that I want to do on Patreon, this is not a promised reward or anything that I discussed or promised and can't deliver on, whatever. I lengthened this cord, and it still works, so that's good. I'm not destroying this thing. Is if I can get a video ahead on YouTube Wednesday, then I would post the YouTube Wednesday video on Patreon ad-free on YouTube. Now, YouTube might put some ads on it, but not like what you would normally get, because I have a monetized channel because as a young child, I developed a bad habit of eating, and money from YouTube helps me continue to do that in years like 2020.
Food is good.
Food is delicious. So, yeah, but anyway, and then just that next week, I would upload the new one and make the one that I put on last week, that week's YouTube Wednesday, but I would turn the ads on, of course, on YouTube. So I'll probably tell people when that happens, because being able to watch ad-free, I think, would be a big deal. I hate how many ads they put on my channel. They put on less now because it's after Halloween, and I'm no longer a hot commodity. They're dropping me like a roll of wet toilet paper. Bella, why are you picking on Cheney? Yeah, so I posted video of the dogs today on Facebook, and Ezekiel asked if they were picking on Bella. And they're honestly defending themselves, because they will play. And you know how, like, when little boys get in a fight, they punch each other, and then they're like, okay, well, let's go ride the swings. Now, like, when little girls get in a fight, and it's like, I'm going to rip all your hair out and feed you your shoe and kill your family. Because that's how little girls have a different mentality than little boys. That is Bella. She is easily the meanest of all of them, in that when she plays, she will do stuff like bite their lip and then run away while leaving their lip in her mouth. She's a jerk. She's a drive-by ear biting.
Jennifer Pugh says, I'm going to get back to bed at 2. Good night, everyone. Mike Chersnowski says, I was working in my garage last night. He posted about 2 o'clock.
Oh, yes, I'm a poster. That's what I do.
Custom Corpses says, I'm kind of stuck right now. Out of latex, and they won't ship it because of the cold weather up here in Jersey. You have to check out my new Myers sculpt. I know you're not a fan of Myers, but I still love your opinion on my sculpt.
Okay, I have a solution for you. Are you ready? And keep this on the down low. If you go to Home Depot or Lowe's, you can get a product in the roofing section called elastomeric roofing compound. And you can pour that into a plaster mold, let it dwell just like latex, let it drain, let it dry, and it'll make you a mask. And it's white, just like latex. Well, it's whiter than latex, so it's great for Myers. So there you go.
Ray Hawkins says, I forgot to come back. Oops.
Dems' tips.
All right, a poll is up right now on the Patreon. If you're a Patreon member, you can go vote on whether you're good with the regular 7 o'clock start time, whether you'd like it earlier, later, or if you'll show up for anything.
Yeah.
Hi. Hello, Boris. Jamie. Bella. Hey, yeah.
Tomorrow, I'm actually having some electrical work done in the shop.
Hey.
Swapping out the breaker for the heater
Nice.
so that it stays on.
Riot Demon voted.
You like
Thank you.
You like
We do
Hey.
like heat.
Hey,
nice.
hey, hey. Let's be nice. Be nice, huh?
So, have they ever made an alternate version of Scrooge where he just gets angry at the three spirits and he doesn't change and he gets worse?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
That's totally
Kind of
awesome.
defeats the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's, you know,
Yeah.
multiverse.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure.
Good horror movie.
Where he's just like,
He
Yeah,
just
let it slide.
ape and starts killing people because of it.
Have an emoji says, is elastomeric roof roofing compound skin safe or only for display?
Can I help you, buddy? Mr. Man?
You'll have to look. It has a level of skin safeness, but I don't know. I have to look and see what's in it. It does pour up and make decent castings. I don't need a heat gun. I need a hot glue gun. I plugged in the wrong thing.
Custom Corpse says, wow, oh my god, thank you, Sir Alan. How do you learn all this amazing stuff?
I listen to as much as I can, and I experiment a lot. Just like this week's YouTube Wednesday, I actually shot the first part of that when I was making the toy soldier to figure out what was going to be the best resist on there. So, and it
Rachel
depends
Little
on the
voted as
type
well.
of plastic.
Good job.
While this heats up, Rue is going to tell you about his favorite haunted house actor that isn't him.
My favorite haunted house actor that is not me. Oh man.
There's a lot
No,
of
there's too many. There's too many, and too many people would get their feelings hurt.
Pick one of your top 5. Top 10.
In no specific order.
In no specific order.
Okay, so
Gray says, hi, Rue.
great. You know what? He doesn't get a shout out enough. He's a very good buddy of mine. I'm going to say Zach.
Oh, he's killer.
Zach will push himself. And anybody that knows Zach is crazy. Like,
And he's-
super crazy.
He's all legs and
He's like 6'4".
yeah.
And weighs probably 100 pounds broken leg. Like he is super gangly. And yeah, Zach is the absolute sweetest, nicest guy you will ever meet, and cares more about anyone ever. But he will push every single limit he possibly can, including himself and everybody else's limits around him, all the time, forever.
When he came and played as Agani in the graveyard, getting to haunt with the pair of y'all, oh my gosh, was such a treat. He's also a characteristic that I like in a haunter is to be able to assess when somebody comes into your space and you're working an area, being able to watch other people and then adjust what you're doing to play off of someone else in your space is I feel like kind of a rare quality. It should be emphasized more, I think. You know, that adaptability and being able to shift tactics to find something that works with the people who are working your space together. And he just morphed into whatever we needed for the particular group that was going through, based on where you were, based on where I was. It was really fun working with him there. He's very good. I concur with your assessment.
He's a really fun guy to work with.
It was a blast. I really enjoyed that.
He absolutely will push your buttons though.
Oh yeah,
like
because it's
guaranteed.
fun.
So Zach Rhodes, there's your shout out. Back to Al.
Hooray!
Ron Shep says Bella really is a jerk. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Happen Mojo votes for Gary Oldman for his favorite spooky actor.
Okay.
Custom Corpse says, every time I come in your live stream, I always learn stuff. Wow, those wolf masks are amazing.
Thanks. None of those were actually sculpted by us. The one in the middle was Mikey
Thanks,
Severe. The two on the ends are Dead by Design Studios. I even think I said that right.
You did.
Good job.
We're learning.
He can be taught.
I'm not sounding like her.
I am concreting all my wiring here. Hot glue concrete.
Blue Creek.
And the way I'm doing it is I twist my wires together and then I shove that whole wiry bit into the hot glue gun.
Scott Colhart says, is this what you were talking about? Acrylic elastomeric reflective roof coating?
Not the reflective, just elastomeric roof coating. Normally it's white. They have silver, but that is kerosene based. And why you would put it on a building, I don't know. But
Does the kerosene evaporate as it cures?
I guess. That's a wonderful theory that I would like to be true. But I don't know. I know it smells like kerosene for days.
Shenanigans. Dog fight happening. Hi, Shannon.
It's a wife.
Get those orders patched.
Yeah.
There's.
Get to work, wife.
I'm sorry, but have I been slacking?
Yeah.
Okay.
You and you're having a job.
Sorry.
Best wife ever. Thank you, Scott Colhart, for sharing the Drop Dead Studios, Drop Dead Design Studios link. Ooh.
Wasn't me.
She does that every time.
And Mikey Severe. Gregory Haynes says, hi, folks. All the shop monkeys are there tonight. Have fun, y'all. Hi, Shannon.
Yeah. Earlier today, Gregory, we pulled your werewolf foot.
Werewolf foot.
And it was an adventure.
Yeah, there was so much tugging.
A lot happening with that.
Yeah, lots going
Yeah.
on there. Happen and Mojo says, so if your house is new, it's also at peak flammability.
Exactly, yes.
Custom Corpse says, I'll have to look up your videos and what you did with those wolf masks. I've been so busy with DJing over the holidays, so I'm sorry if I've been on with you guys. Sorry, I've been on with you guys.
Yeah, it's okay, buddy. You got work to do. Do your jobs, yo.
Chad Smith says, I know I have no power, but I nominate Scott Colhart for Shop Monkey. He earns it.
Hooray.
Absolutely.
Hi, wife.
Take it off of the.
For the black. Where?
I put
Joe,
it underneath the
sausage.
werewolf.
1987, Joe.
Okay, I
Wilson
pulled. I'm
Watt.
sorry.
Oh,
I grabbed those off the thing and stuck them on.
No,
They're
that's
already
all
on the board.
Let me just double check real quick. 1, 2.
Gray
Wow.
Hawkins says, doggies are so cute. Gregory
Okay,
Haynes says, wow, I'm interested to see how it gets put together.
Soon.
You're caught up. What you doing, big boy?
Honey, if you want to leave that door open, you can.
Okay. Y'all are cold?
Nah, we're good. Oh, we got a Jones.
Bones Jones.
L'Orange. He's coming to supervise Shannon.
Yeah.
Hi, buddy.
That's what they wanted to look at, doggos.
Oh. I was like, what?
Is Tristan Pierce ready to go?
Yep.
Hi, guys.
Chad Smith says, so is this going to be a handheld prop?
Yes.
This is Cheney scratching his leg, by the way. I'm sure you can hear it because it's registering on the mic.
Cheney. Hey, buddy.
Hey, hey.
That's a good boy. That's a good boy.
Rob O'Brien says, have you tested the wires that you're gluing?
Yes.
Ken Zari says, Mr. Jones, hello, buddy. Riot Demon says, Jones.
It's like silly putty that way. The latex pulled marker writing off of the mold.
That's funny.
Sharpie.
Tom Everett says, it's always good to see the camera shake, and then the next thing you see is Godzilla.
Yeah.
Or I mean, he says, no, he's just telling Stacy where to itch. He had a little boo-boo earlier that I'm sure is itching him. Custom Corpses says, I was wondering if there's a white clay that's made just like monster clay.
No. There is a white clay called clean clay, which is nice, and I think there's a couple different white modeling clays, which are nice. Monster clay is kind of waxy. They have a monster clay gray now, which is.
I was gonna say, is like, don't they have? Oh, I guess it's not anywhere near white, but it is not always brown.
Thank you, Scott Colehart, for the elastomeric roof coating link. Ross Richard says, what's the wood behind you for?
A project in the future.
Chad Smith says, are you going to keep the leg movement?
Well, it's only leg movement if it's laying on its back. If it is held upright like this, then it's actually body movement. So that body is rocking and moving, because I'm isolating the legs, which is how he's going to be displayed.
Happen Mojo says, monster clay has gray. Custom Corpses says, is it oil-based?
Monster clay is wax-based, actually.
Sweat smells like that. Oh. Or Beauty says it's twerking, a little disturbing. Yeah, you should have seen it with the gator on it. Not the tuba. Wait for it. Happen Mojo says it's the same as Monster Clay, which is a wax blend. Yes. They brought that in from outside. It was getting a little rusty.
Yeah.
Didn't we just get that, like, earlier this year?
No.
Is that the shark bite?
Yeah.
I like that. Does it come in thinner stuff? Like,
Yes.
I was thinking of like trying to come up with some kind of like birthday candle size LEDs. I wonder if it'd be better to do that with something else.
This guy is not going. Not doing. No, it's not that's not cutting, it's not ratcheting.
Oh.
Did it get rusted shut?
No, I just didn't open it up.
It didn't engage the ratchet. Horror Beauty says, now all I'm seeing is a twerking alligator. Thanks. Yeah, that. roll it back to the beginning of the video. You'll see it. Happen Mojo says, you can make your own monster clay to your hardness specifications and choose your own color.
Well, you could make your own clay. It wouldn't be monster clay because that's a brand. But yeah, you can mix your paraffin waxes and all that stuff. Yeah, you could.
Horror Beauty says, yeah, a twerking alligator on Alan's arm. Thanks.
I worked at Gatorland. It's happened.
Oh, God.
They call it a death roll, but it's similar to twerking.
I love her.
Gregory Haynes says, who's the pepper? Aren't you guys in a Coke Zero zone?
This
That's
is
a root.
Texas is a Dr. Pepper state, man.
I was going to say, like, OG Dr. Pepper is from Texas.
Rue is a Dr. Pepper freak. So
Yeah.
everybody else drinks Coke Zero. I get Dr. Peppers.
I drink regular Coke.
Comments tonight brought to you by Coke Zero and whiskey.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Such a pretty sound. Chad Smith says 23 flavors.
Thought that was Baskin Robbins.
Ron Shep says Dr. Pepper tastes like medicine. That's 31 flavors?
To me, it tastes like pancake syrup. I think it's so sweet.
Authentic blend of 23 flavors. It says it right on the can.
Riot Demon says, what do you call those moving plush things if you were going to search online for one? Like dancing plush or something?
I have no idea. Like, that's a great question. I don't know if we as a society have come up with a name for them. Aside from get that out of my house.
my money would be on like search dancing Valentine's
Or
plush.
animated stuffed animal. All that.
Ken Zarish says, Fago, anyone?
No.
Get that clown nonsense out
Stop
of here.
that.
Angie Rogers says, I know why Alan likes to make products like pick on his site. I ordered 2 pigs that were supposed to be realistic in silicone, and all I got were 2 stuffed animal pigs.
Wow.
Custom Corpse says, I'll be right back. Gregory Hand says, I knew there was something unnerving about Rue.
Oh, that's just tonight.
Not just one thing.
About the Dr. Pepper? Really?
Like that's what
That's
the problem
that's
is?
the thing.
Rue is a cavalcade of weird stuff.
Cavalcade of weird. My new band name.
How
I want
much
that.
harder
that
that should have
there
been.
we go. There you go, Stan. That's the thing to put on my
Cavalcade of weird.
Cavalcade of weird.
Yeah.
Delivery boy.
Yeah. Cavalcade of weird. Delivery boy. It's gonna be a list of like a long list of titles.
Nice.
Hi, Jeannie. How are you?
You want the make your own variety, huh, Stan?
What's that?
You want the make your own variety?
Yeah.
He just wasn't
Nice.
happy with the.
When having with all the eyes of Sauron and stuff like that.
Where did you find 3 different colors of nail polish in the shop?
In the above the tape drawer and with there's like 8 other ones in there. It's great.
I'm super impressed.
That's eye. That's
Oh, what is
I made
why?
mine.
Oh, you're wet.
That's boar's drool, I bet.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, enjoy.
Thanks. Happen Mojo says there's a video on the Makers Magazine YouTube search wax toy clay recipe. I had to make my own because the shipping costs were crazy to Thailand, more than the clay.
Wow.
Angie Rogers says the pigs were nowhere near the pick.
Yeah. They're bad about that.
Ken Zarish says, okay, A&W root beer? I like a root beer, I guess.
It's good if you got vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
It's occasional.
Tom Everard says,
Cream soda, on the other hand.
I enjoy being around weird people. The normal ones scare me. Normal,
The normies you gotta worry about.
to quote my friend Bizarro, normal is just a setting on the dryer.
So in the movie with the aliens and Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith, what's that movie called?
Men in Black?
Men in Black, where Tommy Lee Jones says a person is smart.
People are
People
dumb panicky animals.
Are dumb, panicky animals. The same is true. Like, every person that you meet is weird. People are normal. And that is what is interesting.
Boris. To the good boy Boris.
Hello, buddy. Hello.
Hello. Is it you I'm looking for?
Ross Richard says, hit the Balchinian?
Let's not.
The
Yeah.
Men in Black.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yep. Yeah, don't think too hard.
Happen to Mojo says, Fagos for juggalos and mumble rappers. So basically, terrible.
I'm heating up this pipe to see if I can do something fun with it.
Ron Shep says, what's Fago?
It is to soda what LaCroix is to water. It's different flavors of soda.
It's off-brand Fanta.
Yeah. If Skittles were a beverage,
Shasta.
Oh my god,
Okay,
Shasta. Remember Shasta?
if Skittles were a beverage, it would be Fuego.
Fago.
Yeah.
It's like Hydrox if you can't find Oreo.
Yeah.
Wait, I think my grandfather had a car called a Renault Turbo Fuego. He did.
Lion Cook Thor says it's Michigan Pop.
Pop, soda.
Pop.
On the East
Pop
Coast,
is a music genre.
when I used to live there, everybody said pop. Didn't matter what it was.
Listen, you're solidly in a Coke region here.
Right.
Everything is Coke.
You want a Coke? What kind?
Yeah.
Pepper.
I still don't hear that.
I don't hear that
Like-
one.
All right, Stan, are you local? Are you from here?
I was born in Wyoming, lived there for a whole like 6 months of my life,
Yeah.
and then spent the next 20 years in Texas.
Okay, so close enough.
So I heated up this pipe with the heat gun so that it would burn my finger and fit over the end of this.
Glad there was a secondary reason.
Right here. So now I've extended, and this is a better height for the bird line.
Poor B says Fago Pop has to be rock and rye. It's from Michigan.
Rock and rye. I'm allergic to rye. That's the only thing I'm allergic to
Are you?
is rye grain.
I guess I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, if you ever want to kill him,
Tina Kusiak says the red pop and rock and rye is amazing, but it might be a Michigan thing. I love that. Red pop. I wonder
Oh.
if that's like a Michigan equivalent of
Big Red.
like
It
Big
is.
Red. Yeah.
Well, like I, for years, equivalated Texas with Red Chief or Big Chief, which was a red soda, because I got it for the first time ever at my cousin's house. We walked down to the corner store, and they really wanted to drink. They were very excited about Red Chief, Big Red,
Big Red.
Big Red.
Red,
Big Red.
Big
Big
Red
Red.
Chief.
Big Red.
Just
No,
Big
it's
Red.
Big Red.
No, there's an Indian on it.
Still probably Big Red.
Okay. Alexa, what are the names of flavors of red soda?
Here's something I found on reference.com. Stewart's brand soda flavors include root beer, birch beer, cream soda, orange and cream, and ginger beer. The Stewart's name also appears on a line of fruit-flavored sodas that include black cherry, peach and grape flavors. Stewart's offers diet versions of its root beer and orange and cream sodas.
We've made him taller.
Yeah, he did. Anthony Pantano says, hey all. Ezekiel says pop used to be a genre of music. Ken Zaru says Fago root beer and eating circus peanuts candy. Good combo. I love circus peanuts.
Oh, yeah, you have enough of those together, you can see through time and space.
That's right.
That's a lot of sugar.
Graphy UK says the copper looking thing with the straw looks like a bomb.
There goes the YouTube license.
You gonna hit that? You're just gonna sit there and make stuff all night. God.
Got Cheetos in here, the chips. Refill the candy bin.
Howard Beauty says it's a Michigan thing, so Superman ice cream. No, not Big Red. Strawberry pop. Anthony Pantano says, what you making?
I'm making,
What doing?
you would have no idea, but I'm making a phoenix, is what I'm making. I'm going
Gotta
about it
copy
the
it
hard
off.
way, I think, possibly. But,
Ezekiel says, hold it in. That's the good stuff, yeah.
Ezekiel, your band roots are showing.
Half the Mojo says Alan looks like a wizard drinking out of that thing. Get a wizard, Alan.
Wizard.
Riot Demon says, was it Big Chief Soda or Cherokee Red?
Cherokee Red. It was Cherokee Red. That's what it was.
I'm totally bringing y'all whiskey more often.
Yay!
That's funny.
Okay, so now I have to drill a hole through this so I can get the original
I don't
screw
believe her.
in back into this foot to hold this guy on. This is the mechanical stuff that isn't fun or sexy, but it does have to happen. Did any of you guys who are watching this now get to watch Scott's video on Wednesday? Last Wednesday when he went live?
We were here?
I don't think we were.
No, last Wednesday was New Year's Eve.
I didn't have any internet.
No.
That's right.
I had no internet. I was going to go live. I had none of the interwebs belonged to me.
So we ain't done nothing.
Okay, so this wire, now I have to start planning out like where things are going to go. So this wire can go down here, and then this is plenty to go into the thumb of the glove, which is where I want this to be. And that way I can very subtly just touch that, and right here, the Phoenix will move.
Tom Everett said, "Wow, I was way off. I thought it was a mini crock pot you had wax-based clay in."
Oh no, it's a pumpkin-shaped beverage.
How long is his tail going to be?
The tail will probably hang down to like long.
Nice.
Basically, it's like a red and orange peacock. Is kind of how I make them.
Yeah.
Well, like Fox from
Yeah.
that one.
From that one.
All right.
A minute. Yeah.
Hey, Rue. Oh, what? Do it. Never mind. I'll need your help eventually.
Superman ice cream is an interesting phenomenon. I think I saw like a short like documentary on Superman ice cream that there is some disagreement upon different regions of Michigan as to what the flavors should be in Superman ice cream, because it's red, yellow, and blue, right?
Mhm.
And sometimes the blue is
It's got to be raspberry.
blue raspberry. But I guess there is some differentiation depending on where you live. Anthony Pantano says Harry Potter Phoenix.
Yeah, Fox is a Harry Potter Phoenix. And that is people's most common thought when they think of a Phoenix.
Happen and Mojo says Conan the Animated Series Phoenix.
Whoa, you're going way back machine.
Deep cut.
I just found those again on YouTube, has every episode.
Nice. Custom Corpses says, sorry guys, I'm back. Mother Nature called.
You were gone for 45 minutes. Eat some fiber. Dang.
Eat a vegetable.
Have one of them muffins with the oatmeal on it. Bran, that's what it is.
Bran muffins.
That's it.
I actually really like bread muffins. Like, not
That's
for their
it.
intended purpose of loosening you up, but
Whatever you're into.
get a little butter on there, they're pretty good. I used to work at the airport, and there was an Albon Pen like close to us. They had a really good brand muffin. And it would always be like the only one left. Like all the good muffins were gone.
And it was $7,
Yeah.
I bet, too.
Yeah. Hey, we got an airport discount.
That's
It was
what I want, airport
$6.50.
I need a...
50% off.
That's right.
Screwdriver. No, I'll need a drill bit eventually.
A little bit.
First.
Hit this pumpkin again. Cat Swim says, you just threw out the gator skin.
I did. I don't need him. Sorry, guys. I'm looking for a drill bit.
You looking for the little one? It might still be in the driver.
Probably not.
Okay. Oh, I guess it's not because it's got the screwdriver tip on it.
Carry. So all I remember of that. Oh, I'm terrible at keeping tiny drill bits.
How's this one?
Too big.
Too big?
Yeah.
Well, oh, teeny teenies.
Yes.
They are quite small.
This small.
Cat Switch said, I'm sad. You can't morph his head onto something? The skinned gator.
Well, it's like a cartoony gator. I do not want it. Listen, if Stacy didn't dig it out of the garbage, then it's worth throwing away.
Wow.
I was cleaning the shop. We were cleaning the shop on Sunday, and I think Stacy filled her car with stuff
I
that I
did.
decided not to keep here at the shop.
That's true. You knew I was half trash panda when you picked me up.
Flash turned red.
Mm-hmm.
Realms says, I hate to do this, but good night. Had fun, but I'm dozing.
Good night, Realms.
Probably means dozing.
Probably dozing.
So I'm going to going to go to bed. Your Crazy House says the smallest gator skin rug.
Smallest little rug.
Larry Hughes says, good job, Stacy. Yeah, it's still kind of full of stuff because we haven't taken anything in. Tony was like, you gave me grief about bringing home stuff from Tim. Now we're gonna go clean out Alan's shop into our van. Thanks.
Well, he has a point.
He does. I can't even argue with that.
She said you shouldn't bring home stuff.
That's right.
Didn't say that stuff
Half of the
shouldn't be
mojo
brought
says,
home.
what kind of stuff did you put in your car? All kinds of stuff.
Lots of
Fur, fabric.
Oh yeah. Lots of scraps and stuff. Saws.
Drill press. You got a drill
Got a
press.
drill
Drill
press?
press.
I'm really excited about that drill press, no joke.
I think the belt on it may be pantyhose, but it works great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Noted. Custom Corpses says, Alan, that stuff you told me to get at Home Depot, is that latex?
No. It is not.
Gray Hawkins says, what kind of stuff? You can see it when I get home, Gray. Mike Trzanowski says, no one asked about Stan socks.
Stan? Oh,
Hey,
Stan
get
has
it.
on some socks.
Get
Maybe
it.
you can convince Rue to move the camera.
Pangans.
Ugh, can't put my leg up there. I'm old.
King Kong.
Nice.
I have the Kongs on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Ryan Demon says, my friend's moving out of state and I ended up with 3 cars full of Halloween stuff. Next year will be great. Minus the friend, of course.
Aw.
I got these for Christmas, Stan. They're little tiny Yetis.
Ah, come show them. Yetis.
Baby
They
Yetis.
look like angry cats.
Tiny Yeti
I got
Black.
Covered the gamut.
12 for the same price as one pair of those.
No,
this is totally my
Amazon
jam, though.
socks. They were like 24 pair. It was crazy cheap.
Tony did good with these. They're like dainty lady monster socks.
Yeah,
I was
see?
like, all right, I'm in.
And I paid the best price ever because they were gifts.
Oh
I
yeah,
paid
same.
nothing.
Scott Colhart says 94 viewers. Hey guys.
Hi, everybody.
Had 94 viewers.
We might eventually hit the coveted 100 viewer mark that we have yet to hit on this channel. However, you know what? If we hit 100 viewers, that means that one-fifth of the subscribers are watching at the same time.
Nice.
That's kind of cool. All right, so I may have drilled my holes a little too low. I didn't measure them, so I'm not necessarily surprised.
And if y'all are joining us for the first time or have not yet subscribed, this is going to be where all the lives happen pretty much from now on.
Yes.
So hit that subscribe button and join us all the time.
Yeah, because I do live videos over here because it's different kind of content from my Wednesday videos. Yeah. Okay. I can see where the hole should be on this one.
Scott Colhart says, to help support these shows, join the Still Be Studio Patreon. Thank you for that link, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
And I guess tomorrow we're going to be doing the first ever all Patreon exclusive live.
That's right. There's a live on Patreon.
If you're already supporting us on Patreon, there is a poll that has just been posted in the Patreon link where you can weigh in on whether the 7 o'clock start time is good for you or whether earlier or later or whatever is going to be better.
My plan is to go 7 unless I'm told different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just trim the top because it's just too tight to get in there. I can't get this up high enough, really, so I'm going to trim off a little bit of the top of this.
There you go.
Excuse me.
Angie Rogers says I work tomorrow night.
You're done not cutting your feet
Ooh.
off.
Nice.
I've just begun to cut my finger off. Looks good, Stan.
Yeah, not bad.
Well, it'll stay up, Angie, so you can still check it out.
Yeah, it'll be there. It just won't be live.
Gray Hawkins says I gotta go now, but I stayed for a long time.
Good job, Gray.
Good night, Gray.
You give me hope for the future of America,
I will see you when I get home.
which right now is especially important.
Yeah. Children are our future, y'all.
Get that hope, y'all.
Wherever you can.
Get it good.
Get that sweet, sweet serotonin of hope.
Yeah.
Overrated.
Overblown.
We're going to heat this up again.
Do it. Do
I
it.
think it's not hot enough. It's getting hot in here. Malform all your pie. It's getting hot in here.
Puppet Master says, I may have missed this earlier, but did you get a new camera for Christmas? The video seems exceptionally clear.
So this is I have a new camera on the way, but this is a different type of live stream camera. This is actually a higher end, what do they call it? Webcam. It's a higher end webcam instead of being on my phone like I used to be. And we're working on technologically improving the show.
Anthony Pantano says, when are you going to buy a forge and start forging?
Well, my forge is in the back, but it's not set up yet. I've got to set it up. I got a little 2-burner forge for Christmas.
Ezekiel Bradshaw says, it's getting hot in there. Leave on all your clothes.
Please.
please
leave on all your
please.
clothes.
Okay.
Rue.
Jenny Owens Young does a really amazing cover of that song. Like Girl with a Guitar cover of that song.
I feel challenged.
Puppet Master says the difference is noticeable.
Yes, that is the hope. And when the other camera gets here, we'll actually be on a 2-camera system, which is nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be good.
Very exciting.
And my trim and heat up did really well, so I'm excited about that. I now have screws in my legs. Normally that only happens after an accident. This is on purpose. Okay. What's hard about this type of stuff is that you have just watched for 30 minutes to see 3 inches of this project come together, you know? It's way better, in my opinion, to do projects that are like painting, where you can see the whole thing get done in a night. Yeah. So now I've extended these legs, and that's a much better size for the birdo.
Hold his back and hit the button. I want to see the long legs wiggle. There you go. Worth it. I regret nothing.
I regret nothing.
Fabulous.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's everybody dance now.
Was that not the same song that he had? I Got the Power?
Yeah.
That's the same song?
I think.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You're a little. They're close. Real
Hold
close.
on, wait a minute.
It's not the same people, I promise.
Dun it.
Hold on.
Dun it.
I've Got the Power is dun, dun,
Nope.
dun, dun, dun,
Nope.
dun. Okay, then how does I Got the Power go?
It's like a.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun,
No,
dun,
no,
dun.
no,
You're still doing
no,
it.
you're still doing everybody dance. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Those are the same song.
Nope. Shan't. We're gonna keep this under 2 seconds so we can avoid
Move on.
the copyright strike.
All right,
We don't want to get sued, y'all.
speak for yourself. I live for litigation.
By the way,
We need a new
Alan's real
laser.
bad at music.
Not real bad at music. You're just only a little bad at music.
I'm pretty bad.
We need that laser money, not the suing money.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's different.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, I can see those are completely different.
Yeah.
That's not that.
Ezekiel says, don't leave Rue alone with that contraption. Chad Smith says, I got the power of the CNC Music Factory. Yes.
Yeah. Whatever.
Custom Corpse says, I can't wait to try it. Line Creek Thor says, it's a lot better than what's on TV right now. Thank you, Alan Crew. You're welcome.
We're cool that way.
We're not talking about that.
Rue is trimming up a mask. Let's trim the inside to make it be fulfilled.
No, that's true. We'll have
Ron
a
Chef says, I
Snap.
got the powers by Snap. Yes.
By who?
Snap. CNC Music Factory is the other one. The
Yeah.
Everybody dance now.
Everybody dance now.
Everybody dance now.
Then they got caught pulling the Milli Vanilli and like all
Yeah.
that. No, for real. Like,
Ezekiel says Ron is correct. Yes, that's it.
But it actually was CNC Music Factory. They just had pre-recorded.
well, no,
Right,
they-
Steven
Busted
says,
with it.
just
They
made a
need
big
some
old. Yep.
It looks like
For-
I have sound.
Hence the
And we
term
do
of
now.
action.
For some reason, when you set that down on there, it messed with your mic.
Okay.
How strange. We're back now. We're back now. I think. Are we good? Chad Smith says lost audio. Mic's out. Are we back
Yes.
now? I think we're back now.
If there's one thing I've learned, you cannot rely on their help for sound or
That's
audio.
Well, I was just watching the bars.
For the record, I'm not going to eat these last two things inside of corn.
Oh, okay. I'll eat one.
Yeah.
Ron Chap says it's back now. Good job.
I
Something about that EVA foam messed it up.
the first time that I actually ate tortillas, no one told me that you didn't eat the husk.
Tamales.
Tamales. Yes.
I did the same.
I was like,
You just ate the thing.
Okay, we're back.
You're like,
when you pick
really
it up and
chewy.
move it,
Yeah.
it stops for a second. It doesn't want to be moved.
Gotcha.
It is not a mobile phone, it's a microphone.
Custom Corpse says the power was done by Snap and Chill Rob G. Almach Arts, it sounds good to me. Ezekiel says, hey Stan, didn't know you were there. How are you doing, buddy?
Oh, how's it going, Ezekiel?
Stan's been working on Turtle Eyes.
Lurking.
Should be good now, Horror
Every
Beauty.
now and
We've stopped moving the mic.
We really do have a problem.
First step is to admit we have a problem.
That's right.
So if we don't admit we have a problem, we never need to seek help.
That's right.
Seems legit.
I know one of these is a green robot. I know what ours is.
It's the one that's the greeniest. No. It's much darker. And it's possible that I used it on something.
Blanket Thorses just got back. Having Emotion says, I think you have your
Here.
controversies mixed. CNC Music Factory had the lady from the Weather Girls sing on the track, but used a model in the video. Milli Vanilli didn't sing at all on their hits.
Yeah, I mean, okay, first off, in my own defense, I knew all of that. I just didn't want to
said it
bore
wrong?
everybody else with all that.
Sure.
Back in the day when MTV had music and they actually talked about that stuff, that's where I saw that.
Almasha Art says, does anyone else think that the armature standing up looks like the Yeti microphone with arms? It kind of does.
Yes, if Yeti microphones could dance.
We could make that happen.
Everybody
We have the
looked-
technology.
Turns out all you need is a dancing alligator.
Stealing your chair from us, yeah.
Steal away.
It's time for this.
Come steal away. Come steal away. Where's the camera pointing at now? Would you point it back
This
over here?
general area.
And you're good.
And we're there. Let me actually.
There you go.
You're not using ready-made bracers shape,
No.
aka big gulp cup.
No. Have you seen me do that before? Because I do that sometimes.
I know. That didn't just come out the top of my head.
Yeah. Hit that.
However, if you had one, you could probably split it. And
John Z is talking about
get your
that
sizing.
roofing compound. It says it seems like a stretchy latex paint. Maybe paint someone on board first and test how paint sticks to it. I might use Createx 7040 Scenic Adhesion Promoter Primer.
Paint sticks to it just fine. That will not.
You know, I've tried that Createx over and over again, like adhesion promoter, and I kept trying it out because I bought a whole bottle of it, and I just wanted to. At some point, I wanted to see if it made a difference. Yeah.
Not so much?
Well, I don't. I mean, I literally tested it on the same materials. You know, something with it, something without it. I didn't find that it made it any. Personally, made anything stick any better than just spraying it on. That's me. That's just me. I'm just one guy.
Chad Smith says, Alan, have you used any of Tim Gore's Bloodline?
I have not.
The pink series?
Yeah. I'm happy. It's from Createx. I'm happy with what I use. So I haven't really strayed from it. And what I use is it's cheaper. You know, it's less expensive.
Were you surprised that the spray adhesive didn't work very well?
Well, it worked well on one, but not on the other. So, yes, I was a little surprised. I thought it was a better catch-all, but not on the other.
Drew, you want to turn that scrubber on maybe just for a minute?
Yeah.
Well, you don't like the
Okay, so I am
I
using,
don't.
making a bracer here. And I want it to just be a slip-on. I want it to be a slip-on, and I want it to, yeah, easy on and off. Fairly easy on and off.
Cat Swift says, okay, the obligatory question. Stan,
Yeah.
when will the paint be available?
We're working on it.
What's today?
Wednesday.
January what? Alexa, what's today's date?
Today is Wednesday, January 6th.
By the end of January, we will have paint for sale on the website. So it is written, so it shall be.
John C. says, I have to use, because I sell painted pumpkins, and it has to stick to a waxy pumpkin without chipping off the handling in a garden center.
Okay.
Ezekiel says, so, 1st February?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's say February 1st.
Chad Smith says, this is the way.
This is the way.
Dan McCorson says, I need someone to paint freak show banners for me. I'm not a banner painting kind of guy. Any takers? I'm gonna give it a shot, but it'll probably turn out like a first grade picture.
Do you want, I mean, hate to ask, are you paying someone or just want them to do it for you? If you're paying someone, I can recommend someone who is excellent, who I use for all kinds of stuff all the time.
Riot Demon says, I'm excited for when you have multiple camera setups. Can you live stream with multiple at the same time? That would be a great for a top-down view of the table.
Yes, we can, and that is in the works. All those things belong to us.
Dan McCorson says, I'll pay.
Okay.
I painted my own sideshow banner.
Then I will hook you up with Robert Alcala,
Oh, he's so good, though.
who does excellent work.
Mass Slasher says, so far, Permablood seems the best that I've tried. Again, price is a little rich.
You know what? When you think about how far it goes, it's really not that bad.
No, that.
It's not that bad if you think about how long that gallon is going to last you. If you buy a tiny bottle, yeah, it's expensive. If you buy it by the gallon, then it gets kind of cheaper per ounce, and it makes sense.
Dan Corson says, thanks. Gregory Haynes says, so how long was the latex in the werewolf foot mold before you pulled it? Was that the reason for the extreme tugging?
It was very thick. We left it for a good long time. But also, it's hard to reach all those corners of the mold. So that alone made it tug-worthy.
Cat Swift says, also for sale, the shrimp to hang from the mouths?
There we
Had to
go.
say it.
And we're there.
Beth Williams says, looking, I guess, forward to trying the paint. Can't wait. Did you say February 1st on the website?
Yes, on the website, February 1st. If not, take it up with my webmaster, who is my wife.
Picking up with the mods. It's always something.
Chad Smith says, Permablood's fantastic. I love that stuff. I've even darkened it before. Anthony Fantano says, banded for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Stick your hand up in front of the camera. We're a little bit out of focus. There we go. Ryan Demon says, I'm still waiting for the longer version of the Dementors video. Is that still in the works?
It is, but it's going to be later in the year. It's not a right away thing. It's coming.
John C. says, freak show banners from the late 19th century never look like a realist painted in them. Just some guy in a circus had it.
That's what makes them awesome.
But they have a style to them too, and you have to kind of emulate that style.
Oh, what is the name of the guy that? There's one guy in particular that had a very well known for him. I can't remember what his name was.
Chad Smith says, Alan, you like Reese's? Have you tried the new Reese's snack cakes? Tasty.
I don't want them. Honestly, I'm eating these because these are the last ones that are here, and when those are gone, I won't have any more for probably 6 months.
Gregory Haynes says, Alan, what you doing with PPA?
I'm making a bracer to mount the Phoenix onto.
Ryan Demon says, okay. About the longer version of the Dementors.
It'd be like a much smaller Phoenix from this one. Yeah, maybe Phoenix.
No, not that much smaller.
Than the one in the cage with the.
A little smaller, not much. When you first put on a new bracer, you have to do the Wonder Woman test.
Dodge the bullet.
Check your boobs, check your hair, ding, ding, dodge the bullets. That's it. Check your boobs, check your hair,
Dodge the bullet.
ding, ding, block the bullets.
Noted.
Wonder Woman test, every time. Not the new one, this is the old one.
There's a pretty great, okay, let me preface this by
If you
saying.
can, spin in a circle too.
Oh, yeah.
That helps.
Let me preface this by saying, I enjoyed the new Wonder Woman movie.
The latest, 84?
The latest, 84.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. However, there's a pretty great send up of it. That's like the pitch meeting for Wonder Woman 84.
I've seen an advertisement for that video, but I haven't watched that video.
Worth it. It's really funny. I can enjoy it while acknowledging that it has some problems.
I like the pitch meeting one for Gremlins too.
Yes.
That we watched.
That was great.
That
John,
one's great.
John C says, Stan, the artist Fred G. Johnson? I think that may have been really perspective.
Yeah, Rue was the one talking about that.
I think it is Fred G. Johnson. I think
Matt
you are
Slasher
right.
says, by the way, Time Warp Toys has some really cool Masters of the Universe figures and other stuff. If they have anything you want, I can grab it and ship it to you.
Well, I appreciate that, sir. Look for Beastman stuff. That's what matters. Alright, so I now have a bracer to wear and to slide on for this guy. So that's a nice. I have set up where the leg holios go. And I want to sandwich something in between here that is rigid enough that'll hold that Phoenix upright. Now, and one of the reasons why I put on the extension is I have pegs to slide down onto there. So that's good.
Kirby's name. Happen Emoji says, I was disappointed by Wonder Woman 84. You definitely had some fairly noticeable plot holes.
To quote the Dread Pirate Roberts, get used to disappointment. I've never been a DC guy.
Did you see the new pictures that Zack Snyder put up?
No.
That were from his original, like his Justice League, and he was shooting that. And it's a picture of Diana in the Crimean War,
Yeah.
and she's holding like 4 severed heads in her hand.
Nice.
So, so chop a head or two off. People are all up in arms because they think, well, it's not really her. She would go on lopping heads off. But
No, she totally would.
Oh no, she totally would.
Oh, absolutely. She's
Absolutely.
an Amazon.
Yeah,
Like that,
Kind of
it's
their
like
deal.
part of your job.
lopping heads off is their thing, figuratively and literally.
Chad Smith says, I
Neat.
think Alan would love an adventure figure.
No. I don't want those. I don't want any good guys. Like, there's not a good guy who looks cool enough. Like, we have Web Store, like the Tarantula, the Spider-Man. You have Snout Spout, the half elephant, half firefighter.
Happen Emoji
Buzz
says,
off?
have you seen Key and Peele's sketch on Gremlins 2? It's on YouTube. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's what we were
It's
talking about.
Yeah, that's 100% over.
Yeah, the Gremlins 2 pitch meeting is a wonderful, funny YouTube video. But you have to watch Gremlins 2 right before you watch that.
Yeah. John C. says, Snap Wyatt, Fred Johnson, Jack Kripe, and Jack Sigler. Jack Sigler is my personal favorite. Chad Smith says, Orko?
Oh,
Joe
No.
Reese says, would the Deep Star 6 monster be something you still this year?
I mean, that's not out of the realm of possibility. That's a good-looking monster. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make this out of resin. And I think I can do it real quick. Would you find me some Easy Flow resin, Rue?
Chad Smith says, please don't ban me.
Here's Easy Flow 60 plastic. It's right over here, Rue.
oh, it's over there.
It's over there. Grab me A and B.
We looked over there.
And I'm going to make a negative mold for this.
A lot of
And you know where the scale is?
Yep.
Mass Slasher says, one more question. Alan,
You're
should
right
I
here.
make one big ear and then heat them up and shape or cut 2 halves and contact them together? And is there anything special I should do to the base that meets the head?
So I always mount my rabbit mask on an EVA foam helmet so that I am able to make the ears taller and it supports itself. So when you do that, you can put a little buttress behind the ear that will support it, basically.
John C. says, Stacy, write Deep Star on a tongue depressor.
You could do that, yes.
I don't know where the stack of them are.
Right there?
Oh, okay. I'll do it. Just for you, John C.
Could you bring the camera over a little bit closer, Rue? Thank
that good?
I don't know. Yeah. That's good.
Having a Mojo says the Wonder Woman 84 pitch is by Screen Rant on YouTube, right? Maybe.
Sounds right.
Sounds good.
Why not?
John C says for sculpting, bingo. Not right now. Well, if I don't do it right now, I will definitely forget it. So. Chad Smith says, are you planning to make a mold of the pumpkin or other plans?
Oh,
Yes, I'm going to make a mold of the pumpkin. What's that? Are you figuring it out?
Mm-hmm. So you can drill the hole at the top.
I'm just going to poke a hole in it. I'm just going to pour this full of resin.
Mm-hmm.
I only need one.
Mm-hmm. Poking hole, yeah, that'll work too.
All right.
You can't have that tool for that. No,
Deep stone.
No, Alan.
It's got to be a little bit. Yeah, that'll work.
Oh no, it's brown down.
I think I'm good. But I don't think I'm level.
Chad Smith says, I'm excited to see a new process.
Hey. But wait.
Go ahead. You're dying to. Go ahead. Here's your dollar store level pen.
Hey, you were impressed by it too.
It's cute as heck.
And chicken this way.
That was actually kind of neat.
Rue's dollar store level pen
Dollar store level pen
says I'm level.
with a screwdriver in it. Thank you, Ingrid.
He's very excited. Was it a gift?
Yeah.
Oh, then I will not make fun of it.
I've only started. Come on, we all know Amy impulse buys all sorts of weird stuff.
Yeah.
All sorts of cool stuff.
So.
All right, so what I'm
That's it says
doing
boys and their toys.
is I'm making a tray in order to hold resin, basically.
Ezekiel says very resourceful.
You're fired.
And these are going to be just pegs that the will slip into the middle of the legs of the Phoenix.
Chad Smith says that'd be handy for a haunter if we ever made anything square and level.
Which we don't,
Why would you do such a thing?
which is why I'm still a member.
Do we want to water estimate this?
No. We're winging it.
Happen to Mojo says if we're suggesting more obscure movie monsters, can I recommend Clive Barker's Rawhead Rex, either the film or book version?
I enjoy Rawhead Rex. Not a bad design. Let's do a 50-50 batch.
50-50, right?
Yeah. But I mean like 50, like on the scale, 50.
Sure.
We can always add more.
One of these is shaped. One of these is not. Never
If you shake them
remember which
both,
one's which.
then you're fine. Just shake them both. Don't be scared. And the one that you have to shake is always the one that lids stick on.
Ah.
If the lid is crusty, then that's the one you shake. This is insurance clay, in case Rue's level is wrong. You can shove this under a corner and make it level again.
Chad Smith says, so this will be a plate to attach the bird to, then attach the plate to the bracer.
This will be a plate to attach to the bracer that the bird will just set down on top of.
You want the pliers?
Barely tasted like clay.
Manly man, opening all the things. Chad Smith says, gotcha.
It's not engaging.
Mm-hmm.
It's my bottle is stripped.
Oh no.
Open that with tools.
With cutty tools or stabby tools?
Whatever it
Try and
takes.
use this tool.
Grabby tools?
Whatever it takes, Stacy. Whatever it takes.
Zach Whiteman says, Reese's are an integral part of the curing process.
They are. Chocolate residue will counteract the retarding factor of the cold clay.
Having a Mojo says, controversial opinion, but I think Barker's best adapted film is Nightbreed, superior to Hellraiser.
I agree. Not controversial at all. Nightbreed's the jam.
Best ever. And hey, I left the cap.
Cat
All right.
Swift says, first he eats the candy with clay fingers, then he lifts the resin up out of camera side and looks like he's drinking it.
Delicious.
Tasty.
Cat Smith
Tasty.
said, I had that once and had to take the outer lid off to get the under cap.
That's what he did.
I just did.
So I just made a negative of the plate that I want, as if I had made a mold. That's plenty. How much is that?
50.
Oh,
Five.
let's
5 ounces.
55. That okay.
5 ounces.
I think that's too much. So, oh wait. Are you
Cat
on
Smith says, great
ounces?
line through.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't want to be a mess.
that would be the problem.
Thank you, Scott Colart, for sharing our Still Be Studios Teespring merch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
see.
a lot more.
Yeah, pour that back in there.
Got it. Whoops. I did a boo-boo.
Rue is Texan enough to not understand the metric system. Which,
It's funny because I'm so not Texan.
I said you're Texan enough. I didn't even say you were Texan.
I did not realize I wasn't on metric when I started pouring. And then I was like, sure, I'll just go with that. What the heck?
All right.
This is chunky.
Chunky.
It is.
It's a little chunky.
Oh no.
Hold
and
on.
then wait.
You've been pouring in and out, back and forth for 3 minutes, and then you raise your hands in victory like you got it on the first try. Is that what just happened over there?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought he was just pulling his sleeves up.
Mm-hmm.
It was victory that I finally got it.
Okay, got it. Was it a congratulatory? Yes, I nailed that.
No.
Eventually.
I didn't have to dump back in to get to 50.
That's good, I guess.
I didn't-
Ezekiel says, USA, date, pounds, inches, miles, awful system.
Terrible system.
Yep.
And we just keep hanging on to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of it I don't like. Some of it I don't mind.
Ah, I forgot his. I need a stir.
Yeah, you got like
Dirty
5
ass
seconds.
dirty.
Say, better get on that.
Much for that. Little liter.
Tilt it at an angle so that it all gathers on one side. And then stir it like it owes you money.
Get in there.
I don't, you have like slow vibrational wrists. I don't know what's happening with you.
Trying to not splorsh me again.
Gotta say, also, for the record, if you're doing this at home, gloves, respirators.
You know.
Yeah.
definitely don't spill it all over yourself.
Yeah, good plan. Und now bewegt.
Hey, Rue,
You messed up.
get the heat gun ready. Without destroying all the things. Should have mentioned that bit.
Having
No.
no. Mojo says base 10 where it's at.
This is a liquid. So when you shoot it with the heat gun, air is going to move the liquid. There you go. We're giving it more heat so it can make a chemical change faster.
Ezekiel says towels.
It is on very cold clay. So the clay is actually sucking the heat out of it.
This could stay gooey for a minute.
Yeah.
Alan wants
We're
them.
doing science.
Like
Maybe
I
watch the Dora the Explorer movie. It's pretty funny.
One thing that I really enjoy is actually doing resins and silicones and things like that. Chemical mixes.
Catfoot says, doesn't the heat also blow out the bubbles? That was what we were told to do when we made burgers.
Yes. Yes, it will. I think you use like a torch to really pop those bubbles.
Yeah.
How's your turtle going, Stan?
Oh, you got it. Show it to me now.
Have you strapped them already?
Bravo Brian says you're still leaking.
Our batch is in.
What?
You're still leaking.
Yeah. Meh.
Not much.
I'm just gonna break that part off. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Just dry brush there.
Yeah. Dry brush, light it up a little bit.
There it goes.
Oh, yeah. Starting to kick. There you go.
How long does it take without? Does that one take without the heat?
About 15 minutes. Now the pegs are not getting near the heat, so they're not going to be kicked. But the fact that the top is kicked is going to help.
And fun thing about resins and stuff like that, it kicks from the thickest part outward. It's not like a cake or something like that. That the thickest part will be the softest and gooeyest. No, it will start at the thickest part and kick outward.
That's because that's where it can generate the most heat.
Yep.
Chad Smith says, I love it when it kicks. Ezekiel says, I'm old enough to have used both systems. It should have changed years ago. 3/8 of an inch. How annoying was that?
It's obnoxious. I hate it.
Thanks. I hate it.
3/8 of an inch is
Especially-
almost half inch.
It's especially kind of funny because like even the U.S. military, guess what we use most of the time
Having a motion
when
says,
measuring things?
If you serve it as a
Metric.
firearm, it makes sense.
Yep. Rue, talk to them about resin.
What am I going to talk to them about resin? I just talked to them about resin.
This is true.
Go wash your hands. Let's watch Stan
Yeah,
paint a
like-
turtle.
I kind of got resin all over myself.
We're gonna watch Stan paint a turtle. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh. How's your turtle painting going? Tell them what you did so far.
Okay, so like I said earlier, this is a gift for one of my very dearest friends, and he wanted this. So what I did a little bit earlier off camera, I'll bring it over here. is I took some clear eyes, and we didn't really have anything inside the shop that was turtle-y looking. So I got a reference picture, and then I took some nail polish, and I made some that are a little bit closer. So I did these in a rush, took about 20 minutes-ish, and we'll stick those on when we're done. They're pretty close. I'm happy with them.
So you have a mask to pour out in the other room.
And so what we did with this was, this is a terrapin. We did a rub out, or I did a rub out on it, and I went ahead and sort of pre-painted the mouth of it so it would be drying up. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to dry brush this. So I took some green, and I took a little bit of white, and mixed them together. And I'm going to dry brush these really high points that I already wiped off. So when we do the rub outs, if you haven't watched, we spray it. It's 70-30 mix of 70% alcohol.
Yep.
Or 70% alcohol with alcohol ink. Tends at 70% of 70% alcohol. So we get it down and we spray it down, and then we take a rag with some alcohol on it and we wipe it down. So instead of it being I'll show you. So here's a usual, this is spaced out in black, and then we would go back and dry brush it. This is just a little different, so instead of it being a jet black with a dry brush, it's a green and a darker green that's settled into all the cracks. And we'll highlight it, and when that dries, I'll go back and paint the eyes black, do darker, some shading stuff inside the mouth, and put some kind of muddy looking sort of make it look a little more dirty. And we'll glue the eyes on and send it off to Vegas.
Cat Swift says, already the resin. That's fascinating because we always have to let it dry naturally. Ezekiel says the date system is really annoying. Day, month, year. It ain't that hard. Dan, of course,
the military's got that one all day.
Yeah, it
Dan-
actually is worse in the military.
Dan Gorson says, I work as a lab technician for U.S. Steel. All we use is metric and military time. Happy to Mojo says, that one I disagree with. If you're looking at vast amounts of documents, knowing the month first helps you whittle the numbers down faster than the day. Historically, it has to do with record keeping.
I mean, it's like military time. Like, I love it. It's so much easier.
Squeaking that.
What was that?
Wait for it.
Wait, what? So, yeah. That's all.
There we go. It's doing more as a concern. Oh, Cheney now.
Closest I get to a DJ, right here. Squeaking the resin.
Squeaking the ribs. Squeaking the ribs. Squeaking the ribs.
We can whack y'all.
Do I think it's kicked? How long has it been?
Yeah.
Several minutes.
Not enough.
Not enough. Like,
That was my fear.
you might want to give it about 5 more minutes.
Maybe.
Not like the bulletproof Jack Frost in the other room now.
Now this here is,
Maybe it
but
won't be bad 'cause
that's
it's
real.
cold.
That's plastic. That's resin.
Extra time.
But this, that was didn't get a lot of heat gun, and is off the side. That's still pretty gooey. So that's kind of my indicator that the interior is not done.
Stay fine. Always fine.
Chad Smith says, ain't nobody got time for that.
I totally forgot to set the timer.
That'd be fine.
It is 9:59.
This is why we use electric.
What you're saying is it's 10 o'clock.
Just give
You
me
know
a
where your
crazy
children
time.
are.
I'm not in any particular hurry to go nowhere. You tell me.
I do that.
Okay, so you know what? What you just said, Stan, I think is an issue.
What's that?
You said it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children
Do
are?
you remember that?
I remember that. And you know what? What was cool was that it was an option back then for you to have no idea where your kids were at 10 o'clock.
But the news would remind you.
And the news
maybe
was
you go look
just
for your
saying,
kids.
maybe you ought to check on those kids, guys.
Make sure they're still in your house and not.
But the amount of freedoms that like I had as a kid, 45 times more. I just made that up, by the way, than like kids today. Like they consider latchkey kids now like abused and neglected. If the kids get home from school before the parents get home from work, like you're not supposed to be allowed to do that anymore. But that was like a thing, and like TV stations had it set up so where there were cool programs on for kids between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m.
Yeah. Horror Beasts, I remember that too.
Yeah, and I think there's a huge lack of freedom, which keeps people from learning stuff. Hate to say that, but
Don't just.
There are actually parks in Sweden. I think it's Sweden or Norway or Holland.
Somewhere Scandinavian.
Somewhere Scandinavian that they've actually started instituting that adults aren't allowed there. The kids are supposed to go there and play. No adults allowed except for like 3 people on site, like all the time. And they are absolutely forbidden from interfering with anything the kids do.
Lord of the Flies!
Lord of the Flies!
Unless it threatens life, limb, or eyesight.
That's where he says it's
so-
9 o'clock. Do you know where your grandparents are?
Yeah. Unless it and these kids like cut down trees and build forts and like all this stuff like
Like they're supposed to.
Yeah, like yeah.
Right.
And they learn their
Yeah, so was I.
And see, that's got like a bad connotation.
most people were latchkey
Our
kids.
generation was one of the first ones that both parents worked. So if you wanted to pay the rent, mom and dad was at work. You came home and you fed yourself.
And that's also kind of a misnomer too, that because it wasn't the first generation that both parents worked, but it was one of the first generations where both parents were working at a job that was outside of your home or family farm or homestead.
And you
Right.
had to make ends meet.
And you had to
Right.
make ends meet.
Yeah.
But because previous generations to that, everyone worked. You just all worked on the farm at home
or
together, or if you lived in town, like just children went to work.
good old days.
Yeah.
Child labor.
Capsule says my house is 10 p.m. Do we know where mom is? Having emoji says me too. It was awesome. Chad Smith says I still wouldn't. Ezekiel says Ken confirms the Scandinavian thing. What they don't report is the accidents the kids have.
Oh, I'm sure.
Right, Demon says, I grew up in Norway. That doesn't surprise me if it's true about the park. Chad Smith says, I still would have rather grown up when we did. Social media is a disaster to kids.
Yeah.
Studios says, I was also a latchkey kid. We were free back then.
My sister cut off the end of her finger, and my parents didn't learn about it until like 2 years ago. like full blown chopped
go to
off
work,
the end
man.
of her finger with an axe,
People have
like when we were kids.
That's impressive.
I want to pull this up and look at it so bad. I want to look at it.
It's been at least 4 minutes since.
4?
Well, because it's 10:03 now, and I told you it's 10:59. Or it's 9:59.
And then we ranted about
When you
children.
just
It's
started-
been in there about 15 minutes now at this point. Which, still.
Just keep digging. Let's hope not to wear off a pig.
Ezekiel says, get home before the street lights come on. Like, of course, I remember that.
Ooh,
Chad Smith says, I
it's
feel
firm. Is yours soft? We'll keep poking it.
I think there was a giant bubble underneath it.
Bless you.
I think we were a little early.
No, I'm good. We're good.
Chad Smith says, I feel like Rue was involved in the missing digit. She didn't cut off
I
her
was
finger.
not. She cut off her own finger.
The tip of her finger. like,
The own, and yeah, it was like literally about halfway down
oh my gosh.
the nail.
Ryan
So it's a
Chow-
cold clay. I probably should have given this a few more minutes, but
Ryan
this will
Chow
actually do the
asks,
job.
What are you doing now?
I'm pulling this plate that I made because all I need this plate for.
Totally ruined that quiet.
All I need this plate for is this. So now it'll hold that up on the bracer. Just like that.
Thank you, Horror Beauty and your crazy house. Custom Corpse says it's terrible. I keep getting bounced off the internet, so I signed up to a VPN. Funny, now my internet works. I have Verizon Fios, and it's been so bad over this pandemic. Is it just me?
I don't know.
Ezekiel says my mom had a voice like a boat horn. I knew I was in deep caca. She called me out.
Nice.
Chad Frisk says just the tip. Custom Corpse says hey.
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 Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Hey.
Mine. Riot Demon says, what's the difference between a bracer and a gauntlet?
A bracer protects the forearm, a gauntlet protects the hand. A gauntlet has some kind of hand protection built in, whether it's back of hand or full fingers. There is a demi gauntlet, which will cover the back of the hand right here, but your fingers are normally not protected. And then there's a full gauntlet with fingers. There's also lobster claw gauntlets, which protect the fingers, but it's more of a mitten.
Ron Shep says, Pops got tired of yelling, so we switched to the air horn. Happen Mojo says, it's weird when you look back at the earning power and see that a normal salary job could pay for a house in 3 to 4 years in normal suburban areas, and today homes cost 10 times more in comparable areas.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Like the Lord says, no
They're kind of
comments.
sliding a
Your
little
crazy
bit
house says, hey.
political.
Hey, how you doing?
I feel like there's a lot more opportunities for side work, though. Like, I feel that way.
Well, I think there's a more, a bigger emphasis placed on the side hustle now because you have to.
You don't have to, but yeah.
Dan Corson says, I have to go out to the shop to get the ticket booth finished up. See you later, guys.
Good night.
Bye.
I think it is harder. I don't know, man. I don't know. What I think it is, I think that the job power money has shifted, and it's just away from where we sent people to work for many, 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 many years. In that, you know, high school is meant to just churn out management. You know what I mean? And like that's
Yes.
not, you know, unless you're at the kids in vocational school, they're like cleaning up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, there's a lot of craziness. Like, somebody was looking for like a full-time working 12-hour shifts, like home health worker, where you're going to be intimately involved in patient care with elderly people, and they're like $13 an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is insane. Like,
Well, but like an HVAC guy,
yeah.
they're going to do all right.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
for sure.
Electrician, plumber,
Our pool guy that came to fix the pool, they get $100 an hour for labor.
it's trade.
Yeah,
It's trade.
great.
And that's recession proof
Right.
because it's always going to be people with pools. You know.
Custom Corpses says, what's going on? I'm seeing my text on here with a different name on my title instead of Custom Corpses. No idea. It shows up as Custom Corpses on this
Yeah,
one.
we see custom corpses. Yep.
Michelle Tross says, Grandma had a two-handed whistle you could hear for miles. Time to come in. LOL, mountain folk.
Yeah.
Joanne Crowley says, Stacy, you're very colorful tonight. Thank you. Tonight, required comfy sweater.
Okay, so gang, we're gonna wrap up for the night. It is 10:08. We're a little later than we had been. I just thought that a nice, lighthearted,
Chill evening.
yeah, that would be appropriate for this evening. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. I need to get onto there real quick. Would you guys all say good night to the camera, please?
Good night to the camera, please.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
And I'm going to say good night, everybody. You guys are awesome. Good night. Go make stuff.
Go make stuff!